Your name, sir? Narsimha. Myself, Rohit. Okay. So, hello everyone. How are you all? Okay. So, I'm perfectly fine. I can see some faces. Okay. So, first of all, I'll give you my brief introduction. Then I'll give you the introduction of the subject. Then we'll understand the approach. Then I will tell you in the next 4 days what you're going to get. And then accordingly, we'll understand how May 23 examination is going to be different from your November 22 examination, right? So, a brief introduction of mine. I am CA Rohit Grover. I am a qualified chartered accountant. I qualified my CA in the year 2012 November, and after that I qualified my CS. Then I qualified my CMA. Then I did my MBA from Christ University. I'm a BCom honors from SRCC Delhi University, and then I did my LLB. Then I am pursuing my LLM. I'm DISA qualified, right? And I'm going to write the exams with you in the next year in the insolvency professionals, right? So these are my chinna qualifications which I have in my pocket. Okay? So I'm a practicing CA, right? It's been more than 10 years that I'm into practice. So I do practice in the various affairs like IPRs and company laws, right? So this is the only introduction I can give you, because you know that professional ethics mein you can't advertise your professional attainments. Am I correct? I will tell them to cut that part so that before it will be introduced as a hi, how are you? Good, huh? How are you? Where are the other fellows? Huh? Once the batch is over, segregated, huh? Okay, chalo. So, see, in this particular batch, we are here to understand the whole advanced auditing and professional ethics in a very simplified way. First of all, I don't know Telugu, right? So, you want whatever you want, you can say, but don't dare to say it in English, because that I can understand. They can kuncham Telugu I can manage, right? But completely the classes will be delivered to you in English, right? And along with that, we'll be trying to cover the whole 100% portion. Am I correct? Everything will be covered over here. It's not like we are not going to touch this particular area or not. Yes, there will be some areas where obviously if we'll touch them, it will not be easy to complete it within a like specified period of time. But yes, I'll still give you the overview of those areas as well. Okay? So how we are going to proceed, as you all know that from November 2022 to May 23, so many amendments have come, right or not? By the time I finished my previous regular batch, at that point of time, amendments were not notified. The only November 22 audit committee and corporate governance amendments were notified. Now you have to understand one fact that the amendments came in basically 4 areas. The 4 areas to be named, they are professional ethics. The second one is a small definition of small company in the company audit. The major amendments came in the NBFC and the peer review chapter. Which chapter? Peer review. You know that these are the various chapters. So I will tell you everything. Like I will show you what are the resources available to you given by ICA. Like we unnecessary, you know, in the market, we keep on looking for the other authors material and here and there, where the ICA has given you the bundle of resources, right? There are so many resources available at ICA.org. So generally the problem is that we don't switch on that website. Am I correct? So in that website, if you'll go to the particular areas, there are so many resources available. And regarding the resources, I would like to tell you that I will also provide you some resources. I will try my level best after asking the prior permission of the management to share my all the handwritten notes with you, including all the chapters. But there is one small suggestion which you all need to understand, that you are at a very brisk period of time right now. Okay? The time is not that available with you. So whatever you have done, whatever the classes you have taken, from whom you have taken, that doesn't matter, because the content of the subject will remain same. Either it is taught by me or by somebody else, right? Content will remain same. The only thing is this is not the right time to do point number 1, the new things. Don't do the new things, especially in this subject called advanced auditing and professional ethics. Say for example, there are some areas which you are not comfortable and you have left it out so far, and you thought that somebody will come in the crash batch and will do those areas like little bit an information, but I will suggest you that don't do the new areas near your examination. Point number one. Point number two, whatever the material you are following, follow that material, bring it in the class, do whatever you want to do with that material. I will provide you my handwritten notes if possible, along with the amendments. Amendments I'll make you write. Are you getting the point? Because you know that key whenever the chunk of amendments come, definitely you have to understand one fact that 15 to 20 marks are going to be asked from what? Amendments part. So matlab that is for sure that ki one question has to come from peer review, one question has to come from NBFC, and one question has to come from the NOCLAR, which was not applicable in the November 22, but it is applicable to your examination. Am I correct or not? Now, how I'm going to incorporate the amendments in your batch? I will, as and when will move from one chapter to what? Another chapter. Wherever the amendments are required, I will start incorporating it. In the very first 2 days, that is today and tomorrow, we are going to cover almost your 60% of your portion. Are you getting the point? There is a sequence of preparation of CA final auditing what you have to understand. The biggest lacking point in the advanced auditing and professional ethics, the thing is, uh, let me tell you a very frank bifurcation between what I have gone through and what you people are going through. During our examinations, it was a just a set of portion given to us, and we were given that time, no that many resources were not there. We just used to do whatever the coaching we have taken from that material we used to take and proceed for the examination. And we knew that some of the areas which are definitely going to come in the examination. In your case, the scenario is different. In your case, if I will tell you, I think you will also agree with me. In the last 4 to 5 attempts, 4 to 5, rather, I would say post Corona and before Corona, also 1 and 2 attempts, mein, ICI has become clever enough to ask you the implementation questions. Which questions? Implementations. Matlab, they are giving you the situation and they want you to behave like a what? Chartered accountant in that situation. So, matlab, analytical skills, implementation, practical approach, these are the major focusing areas now what the ICI is having for you guys. Am I correct? So, they will not ask you, ki, okay, write the scope of the peer review or write the this of the peer review. What do you mean by technical, professional, ethical standards? They will create a situation. On the basis of that, you have to deliver your answer. So, the two major things which you need in the examination is, first of all, a very good reading skills. What do you need? Reading skills. Reading the questions and understanding what the intention of the question maker is. That is the major thing you have to focus on. Problem is that in our generation, not mine, your generation, right or not? In your generation, we are lacking in patience. Are you getting the point? And moment we see the question, and after looking at the half of the question only, we jump to the conclusion, okay, I know the answer. Am I correct? But the actual answer you come to know at 5 o'clock. Do you agree with me or not? Actual answer to that question you will come to know at 5 o'clock. When you come out of the examination, all shit, I did not read the word not. Am I correct? They were asking negative thing, but I unfortunately wrote the word positive answer for that. So a good reading skill and the patience in the examination is very much required. I will tell you how to, take up care of your first 15 minutes also. I will tell you everything, right or not? So it's been last 10 years that I am into the teaching profession, right? I am a faculty of CA final auditing and CMA final auditing as well. I'm a faculty of CA Inter Law and CA Inter Auditing as well. CMA Inter Law and CMA Inter Auditing as well. So these are my areas where I'm like teaching since last 10 years. Cross more than 40,000 students in the last 10 years. So that is all the little bit of introduction. So without wasting the time, let us first understand how we are going to approach. First of all, we will wind up the most easiest and the most asked questions in your examination relating to what? Company audit. Which audit, everyone? Company audit. As and when we'll move to the company audit, we will understand CARO. We'll connect the CARO with the company audit. Along with that, we will do the audit reporting series that is called your 700 series. So this is what we'll try to wind up today. The total company audit along with that 132 NFRA, along with that dividend chapter, along with that liabilities of an auditor, and along with that we will do the 700 series with CARO, a full detailed explanation to make you understand how they may ask you the questions in the CARO. And yes, you should understand that whenever the amendment in these small things comes, like say for example, small company has come. So they will try to, ask you this question in connection with what? Karo. Just a small company, you all know that Karo is not applicable to OPC, small and Section 8 company. This we have a particular exemption list. But definitely there is an amendment came in the small company. They would like to make sure to make a question in such a manner that they would like to connect the Karo with what? Small company wala concept, right or not? So this is the word integration, what the ICA keeps on doing that, because as and when they think that something has amended, they would like to test you into the most asked area, right? So let us first start with the topic called what? Company audit. Okay. Now we will just repeat after me. We'll go in a normal pace manner only. You will not find it like you are going in a marathon kind of thing. Wherever I need to rush up, I will rush up. But wherever I think that something is required to be understood, you should understand, because those are the problematic areas which you sometimes do not realize in your examination, right? So let us start with the first topic. The name of the topic is known as, everyone, company audit. Company audit में, as you all know that section number 139 to 148. The rule number 1 of the class, you have to be interactive in the class. Whenever you think like you are getting, like क्या बोलते हैं, you are getting down and morale is getting down, or sometimes you are feeling tired, just let me know. I will not give you the break. Okay? I'll motivate you. And whenever I think that I need to give you the break, I'll give you the break. Okay? ठीक है ना? So don't ask the breaks for the next 4 days. Just dedicate yourself to this subject, and I will make sure. I can't give you a guarantee, but I will make sure that you will par with the 60 plus marks. Is it a good deal? Yes or no? Shall we proceed now? Okay. Now company audit, everyone. You all know that company audit mein there are total section numbers 139 to 148. But along with 139 to 148, I will suggest you that you should also cover 138 along with that. Why? Because the audit part, audit and auditors part is covered in 138 to 148. So we will cover 138. Again, we will cover that in when we'll do the chapter called internal audit, management audit and operational audit. So let us start with the first section. So what is the first section, everyone? We have to cover the section called what? Internal audit, right or not? So let us start with the section number 138. तुम्हें सिर्फ you just have to look at the board, and if you want you can make a notes out of it, or anyways I'll provide you by asking the management accordingly. ठीक है? Now what is section number 138? Talks about the which audit? Internal audit. You just have to now take out your all the weapons what you have and just keep on revising the things along with me. Point number 1. Can you please tell me, if it is a listed company, internal audit is compulsory or optional? Compulsory. So as per the SEBI Act 1992, if you are a which company? Listed company, internal audit department is optional or compulsory? Compulsory. That is what the point number 1. Point number 2, everyone, please tell me, if you are an unlisted public company, what are the either of the 4 conditions you need to satisfy? It's very easy to remember. 25, 50, 100, 200. What are the 4 conditions? 25, 50, 100, 200. What is 25 crores or more? Public deposit. Paid up share capital is 50 crores or more. Outstanding borrowings are 100 crores or more. And turnover is what? 200 crores. So again repeat either of the 4 conditions, please. Public deposit 25 crores or more. Paid up share capital 50 crores or more. Outstanding borrowings 100 crores or more. Or turnover is 200 crores or more. Then being an unlisted company, you mandatorily have to have a which department? Internal audit department. What is the next company? Private company. In the private company, instead of 4 condition, last third and fourth. What is the third and fourth? 100 and 200. What is 100 wali? Outstanding borrowings 100 crores or more, or the turnover should be 200 crores or more. That makes the internal audit what? Compulsory for the organization. It means you have to have a good internal audit system installed in your organization. Now, the next thing is, sir, now we know that internal audit is compulsory or not, but who can be the which person? Internal audit. Can you read the point number 1? A CA or a CMA, but what is written in the bracket? Either in practice or not. It means 4 people are included in the point number 1. A practicing CA, a practicing CMA, a non-practicing CA, a non-practicing CM. But if you can't afford these people, what to do? Then any professional from the which body? Recognized professional body. And if you can't afford this person also, then what to do? Any other officer or employee of the company, but that officer or employee should be minimum PG. What is PG? Postgraduate. You can't hire a BCom qualified, but you can hire a what? MCom qualified. You can't hire a BBA, but you can hire a what? MBA. So it has to be a which qualification? Post graduation. Did you get the point? So applicability we understood. And who can be the which auditor? Internal auditor we understood. What is the next point? appointment of internal auditor. So please tell me how many of you know about the audit committee under section 177? What is audit committee, by the way? I'm not talking about the audit committee which we do in audit committee and corporate governance. There are two types of audit committees. I hope you know that. One is audit committee as per what? LODR. And one is audit committee under section 177. What is audit committee under section 177? That is as per Companies Act. Are you getting the point? So they are saying that if the audit committee is constituted under section 177, so recommendation of internal auditor ka panel who will give? Audit committee. But who will appoint? Board. So again telling you, recommendation who will give? Audit committee. But who will appoint? But obviously if you do not have the audit committee constituted in your organization, then both recommendation and appointment, both will be done by whom? Board of directors. Are you getting the point? But let it be, it is on the recommendation of audit committee or not on the recommendation of audit committee. We have to understand one thing, that we have to intimate that to our ROC within how many days? 30 days in form number MGT 14. So remember, what is the form number? MGT 14. Whom we are intimating? ROC. Who is intimating? Company. Within how many days? 30 days. So this is what actually brings an end to your section number what? 138. So please tell me again, listed companies? Mandatory. I'm an unlisted public company and my paid up share capital is 49 crores, but my public deposits are exactly 25 crores. Applicable. It should be greater than equals to. ये जो crocodile है ना, crocodile with equal, crocodile without equal, this and that is the biggest enemy of your examination. So you have to be very careful. So it is not greater than, it is greater than equals to. Tell me the 4 conditions, please. Public deposits. I will ask you, you tell me. Public deposits. Outstanding borrowings. 100 crores or more. Paid up share capital. Turnover. And if I am a private, either 100 crores or more borrowings or 200 crores or more. I am a CA. Can I be appointed? CMA. Practicing. Non-practicing. CS. Any other professional from the another recognized professional body. So they will not ask you directly this. They will ask you in this way, indirectly. Am I correct? What is the third point? If I am unable to afford the first and second, then any employee, but he should be minimum PG. Okay. Audit committee is constituted. Who will recommend me? Who will appoint me? Board. And to be intimated to? Within? Form number? 100% over? Right? Next one. What are the disqualifications? These are the 9 things what internal auditor can't do. He can't be involved into these things. If you are working as an internal auditor in one company, these are the 9 things you can't do. What are the 9 things you can't do? Statutory or external audit of the same company. Which audit? Tax audit. Which audit? Cost. And what is this? There are abolished, but we will go as per our ICA. ICA has not updated yet. So we will go as per what? ICA. What are the 4 audits you can't do? Statutory, tax, cost and GST. You can't be involved into what? Let me tell you one thing. You can verify the bookkeeping system, but you can't be involved in the bookkeeping system. Because remember, let it be you internal auditor. The very first impression comes to our mind when we talk about this person called internal auditor. He is a puppet of the management. Am I correct? He will do whatever the management will say, but management cannot involve him in bookkeeping system. He is going to examine the bookkeeping system, not to be involved in bookkeeping system. That's why I use the word or involved. So cannot be involved in what are the 5 systems? Bookkeeping system, accounting system, financial information system, and what is this? Executive functions. And what is the last one? He can see whether the managerial decisions are right or not. Right or not, but he can't be involved in that. So tell me, what are the 9 things he can't do? Tax audit, GST audit, stat audit and cost audit of the same company. And in the same company, you can't be involved in 5 areas. What are the 5 areas? Bookkeeping, accounting, financial information, executive and manager. So that brings an end to your which section, everyone? Section number 138. Now this was the only section which talks about the which auditor? Internal. It means from 139 onwards, we are only and only going to talk about what? External auditor or statutory auditor. Am I correct? Now, let's proceed with section number 139, because I know that you have done it twice actually. You did it in law inter also. you did it in CA Inter also, and you have done it in your regular batches also, but there are still so many areas where you lack. क्योंकि क्या होता है, every author does not tell you everything, right or not? I am also not saying that I will tell you everything, but there are some areas which you really need to focus in the final, like when the word within time period comes. What is the time period? Within. Then previous time period of that is already included in that. These are the some of the areas, because I will tell you just now where you people may fall in the examination. Let us start with the section number 139. So 139 gives you the idea about three things. Can you read the three things? First one, appointment of auditor, rotation of auditors, casual vacancy. So three things are already included in section number 139. So first of all, let us talk about what? Appointment of an auditor. Please tell me, what do you mean by government company and what do you mean by non-government company? देखो, it's like a very simple thing. Non-government company is a company which is not a. That means you should know the meaning of what. So what is government company? A government company is a company in which at least 50 or 51%, 1% of which capital is either held by central government or held by state government or held combinedly by both. But what if I'll say that there is one ABC limited company in which 25% is held by the Telangana government, 25% is held by the Andhra government, and 4% is held by the BHEL, a government company. Is this a government company or not? Yes or no? Are 25% by Telangana government, 25% by Andhra government, and 4% by BHEL, Bharat Heavy Electricals Limited. It is a fully owned government company. Why no? We don't want government companies to own. We want what? Governments to own. What is the total now? Is it 54 or is it 50 now? These are the small things which you did not clarify in what level? Intermediate level. And that is the problem comes in what? Final level. So is this a government company ABC Limited or not a government company? But will your answer change if the 4% is held by Karnataka government? Yes. Now 25 plus 25 plus 4 makes it to what? 54, which is more than how much? 51%. And sometimes we get confused, sir. More than 50% also we can call it now. No. More than 50% is a holding subsidiary relationship. That is a which relationship? Holding subsidiary. At least 51% has to be there. And in case that ABC Limited has issued the equity share capital with which rights? Do you remember DR? Equity share capital with differential rights. What is DR stands for? Then the word paid up share capital word will be replaced by the word called voting rights. So let's say, for example, I'm a ABC Limited company. I issued a equity share capital with differential right. Now at least 51% of PUSC you will check, or 51% of the VR you will check. VR, voting rights. Always remember that. And are you going to consider government company or only governments? Only governments. Not going to consider what? Government. Because before moving ahead, first of all, we should know the difference between the which company? Government company and non-government. So tell me, what is non-government company? Which is not a government. And what is government? In which at least 51% of the VR or PUSC is either held by central government, state government, or combinedly by both. Now let's talk about the two auditors of the which company? Government company. What are the two auditors of government company? Read the heading please. First auditor and subsequent. Can you please tell me how to appoint the first auditor without looking at the board? 4 points. First of all, government company means what is the first thing should come to our mind? C&AG, Comptroller and Auditor General of India. Who is the present Comptroller and Auditor General of India? नहीं, हमने ये पढ़ा कि who it should be done by whom? C&AG. Remember one thing, as a CA, or see what is the difference between you and me right now is only the piece of degree, right or not? You might be more updated than me, and you might pinpoint some of the things when I'm telling the concepts as well. But remember, bookish knowledge is not the only thing it is going to make you survive. When you sit in an interview, imagine that 50% of the things are going to be asked you what? Overall, practically. The present C&AG of India is Girish Chandra Murmu. What is the name? Girish Chandra Murmu. तुम्हें at least 3 C&AGs के बारे में पता होना चाहिए. At least 3 C&AGs. The present one is what? Girish Chandra Murmu. Previous one was Shashikant Sharma. What was previous one? And before that it was what? Vinod Roy. What was the before one? You know that. But present you should at least know. What is the at least? Present one? Girish Chandra Murmu. You know President of India? Draupadi Murmu? Nahin. You don't know. Now I can see your face. What is her name? What is his name? Sorry. हाँ द्रौपदी मुर्मू तो मुर्मू मुर्मू అయిపోయింది ना करेक्ट तो प्रेसिडेंट एंड सीएनडीजी क्योंकि सीएनडीजी इज आल्सो अपॉइंटेड बाय होम प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ इंडिया आइएगा ये हम लोग आर्टिकल नंबर 148 टू 151 थोड़ा पीएससी ऑडिट में वी विल अंडरस्टैंड अबाउट द पर्सन कॉल्ड व्हाट सीएनडीजी तो हु इज अवर प्रेजेंट सीएनडीजी गिरीश चंद्र मुर्मू तो प्लीज टेल मी हाउ टू अपॉइंट द फर्स्ट ऑडिटर ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट कंपनी 4 पॉइंट्स सीएनडीजी विद इन फ्रॉम date of incorporation. So repeat after me. By the whom? C&AG. Within how many days? From the date of incorporation. If fails, C&AG failed, 60 days are over. Power will be given to whom? Board of Director. To appoint in the next how many days? 30 days. So 60 plus 30. There comes the main point. What if board also fails? Then by the members. Then by whom? Members. By conducting a which meeting? General meeting. Within how many days? 60 days. What does that mean to you? It includes the previous what? 30 days. It's not 60, 30, 60. That will be 150. It's 60, 30, 30 actually. Either you write within 60 days or you should write the next what? 30 days. What is the next line? Now see, in the board case, what is the word written? Next 30 days. But what is written in this case? Is it written next or within? What is this 60? This 60 already includes the before what? 30. If it is written next 60 days, then you can say that 60 with C&AG, 30 with board and 60 with what? Shareholders. Are you getting the point or not? Did you understand the clarity? Remember, this is a rule. Whenever one time period comes where the word is written what? Within. And before that also there is one time period. So that before time period is already included in the second time period. Are you getting the point? So exactly how many days now? 120 days. 30, sorry, 60, 30, 30. So you can either write next 30 days or better you should write within what? 60 days. Is it clear to all of you? Now, please tell me the next thing. Who is the next auditor? Subsequent auditor. Subsequent auditor means what? Any auditor after the first auditor is known as what? Subsequent. Of again which company? Government company. So who will appoint again? CNA. But within how many days? 180 days from the commencement of what? Financial year. Are you getting the point? Now please tell me the tenure of these two people. What is the tenure? His tenure is date of appointment till the conclusion of which AGM? And his appointment is till the conclusion of what? Next stage. It means that is 100% sure that let it be your government auditor, be the first one or be the word subsequent. There is no 5 years thing applicable in case of which companies? Government companies. That is 100% clear. So there is no 5 years concept in case of which companies? Government. So tell me what is the tenure of first auditor? First AGM. And what is the tenure of next subsequent auditor? Next AGM. Then third auditor? Next AGM. It will keep on changing from AGM to AGM. But there is no concept of 5 years in case of which company? Government company. Is it clear to all of you? So that brings an end to the auditor of the which company? Government. Let's talk about the auditor of the which company now? Non-government company. Again two auditors. What is the first one? First auditor. What is the second one? Subsequent. Now do it in a comparative mode. Who appointed the first auditor of the government company? Here board of director. Within 60 days. Within there how many days? Here 30 days. From the date of incorporation. Both are same. So only BOD has come. And instead of 60, what has come? Now I will say, if the board fails within 30 days, shareholders will conduct EGM. What is the meeting? Why EGM? Why not AGM? It's a first auditor. First AGM is yet to come. Are you getting the point? So we will conduct a which meeting? EGM. EGM stands for? Within how many days? What does within 90 days mean now? It includes the 30 days of what? Board of Director. It means in total how many? 90 days. Did you get the point or not? So tell me again, how to appoint the first auditor of the non-government company? Board. Within? Board fails? Within? or next 60 days. What will be his tenure? Till the conclusion of which AGM? First, sir, first AGM, first auditor means up to first AGM only. Let it be government company or let it be what? Non-government. Okay, first AGM mein he is leaving. So he is leaving, somebody else may come in the same AGM. Am I correct? AGM is a meeting of whom? Shareholder. Therefore, subsequent auditor will be appointed in what? AGM by the whom? Members for a period of how many years? 5 years to hold the office till the conclusion of 6 AGM. It means, please tell me out of 4 auditors, who is the only auditor who is appointed for 5 years? Of a non-government company. Government company में तो concept ही नहीं है. And in the non-government company, only the subsequent auditor of a which company? Non-government company. Is it clear? So please tell me 4. Point number 1. First auditor of the government company. C&AG within 60 days from the date of incorporation. C&AG failed. Next, board failed. Members within 60 days includes the first 30 days of board to hold the office till first AGM. Subsequent auditor of the government company. C&AG within from the commencement of financial year to hold the office till the next AGM. First auditor of a non-government company. Board of directors within till the within 30 days by the board. Right or not? And if board fails, in EGM within 90 days to hold the office till first AGM. And how about the subsequent auditor? क्या मर खा गए अंदर ही. In the AGM by the members till the 6th AGM for a period of 5 years. Okay, now this is how we know he is going to be appointed for what? 5 years. But is there any 4 declarations you need to give before accepting the appointment letter? Because you all know SA 210. What is SA 210? Initial audit engagement terms. Now, do we send one letter to our client or not? Defining my scope, objective, terms and condition. Are you okay with that? Then only send me the which letter? Appointment letter. Remember, there is one more letter which some of you might not be aware. That is called statutory declaration letter. What is the name of the letter? We have to send the 4 statutory declaration. Declaration number 1. I am not disqualified. Under section number 141, subsection. Me, my partner, my firm is not what? Disqualified. We are not breaching which limit? Ceiling limit. Under section 141, subsection 3, clause G. Third point. We understood your terms and condition and we are ready to accept the audit. And fourth one. Neither me nor my partner nor my firm have any pending cases against us. Please tell me the 4 declarations which you give before getting the appointment letter. We are not disqualified. We are not breaching our ceiling limit. We understood the terms and ready to accept. And what is the 4th one? Neither me nor my partner nor my firm have any kind of criminal background and we do not have any kind of pending cases against us in ICI or statutory authority courts in India or outside. So we understood before audit now. Are you getting the point? 4 declaration. At the audit, these are the 4 appointments. Now, after the audit has been appointed, what we need to do? We need to intimate the 2 people. If we have, now, just now we appointed internal auditor. Did we intimate to whom? ROC. Form number was? Within how many days? So don't you think that we have to intimate our statutory auditor? To whom? ROC. Within how many days? 15 days. From the date of what? AGM. In form number? And the same intimation, one formal letter, we will give it to whom? Auditor. But within how many days? So tell me, to the ROC within 15 days, to the auditor within. But where ADT 1 is required? When we are intimating to ROC. So that brings an end to your 139 ka first part called what? Appointment. If there is any doubt, please let me know. 100% clarity? Did you understand? So let's proceed with the next point. What is the next point? Rotation of auditor. Can you please quote the section number, please? 139 subsection. पहले तो मेरे को ये बताओ, what do you understand by the term called rotation? You tell me, what do you understand by rotation? Why this provision was introduced? What was the basic idea behind providing this? So that you should not lose your what? Independence and objectivity. These are the 3 heavy words. IOI. Integrity, objectivity, independence. These are our ethical requirements issued by whom? ICI, which we need to display everywhere. Now the problem is with that, if you are, there are three types of things by which you can proceed in India. Either you can set up your sole proprietor, or you can set up your partnership firm, or you can set up your what? LLP. Am I correct or no? So three things are allowed. As a sole proprietor, how many years you can serve the same client company? 5 years. One term of how many years? 5 years. As a LLP or partnership, I will tell you how to remember. Is it bigger one? LLP and partnership is bigger one. So how many terms? Two terms of how many years? 5 years each. But there will be what? Why it is not called 10 years directly? Question is that. See, it's very simple thing. 5 years for sole proprietor and 10 years for partnership firm and LLP. My question is, why the lawmaker has not given directly 5 years, 10 years? Because one term is equal to what? 5 years. See, we can understand our own interpretation, but you need not present the same in the examination. Examination mein, in the rush, what do we write? 10 years. Don't write 10 years. You are writing the right answer, but you are not writing the right answer as per the expectations of whom? ICAI. ICAI is looking for two terms of 5 years each. Am I correct? But please tell me why two terms? Because one term is equal to 5 years. Remember, your one appointment letter is only and only valid for what? 5 years. After 5th year, you will get the another appointment letter, right or not? And you will be reappointed again for the next what? 5 years. And remember, if a partnership firm or LLP, there is internal rotation also. Which rotation? What do you mean by internal rotation? 1 year, one partner will do, another year, another partner. That is the major mutual understanding between the partners. But you should not allow the same partner to continue for 5 years or what? 10 years. Am I correct? So see, please, what is the rotation meaning for sole proprietor auditor? Read this point. Can't serve the same company client for more than one term or what? Okay, I am the auditor of one partnership firm for the last 10 years. Allowed? I am a sole proprietor. I am doing the audit of one partnership firm for the last 10 years. Allowed or not allowed? Allowed or not allowed? Not allowed, na? Because how many years are allowed? I am an auditor of one partnership firm. We are doing Companies Act. Rotation is only applicable on what? Companies. Not on other than companies. This is where you fall. Are you getting the point? See, I think almost this is the 4th to 5th time you are reading the company audit, if I'm not wrong. But still there are some areas which you are not having the clarification upon. Did you get the point or not? This ceiling limit of rotation of one term of 5 years is only and only applicable if my client is a form of what? Company. I am an auditor of a partnership firm for 13 years, 33 years. Does that matter or does not matter? Does not matter. And that is what I wrote. Company client. What is the word I use? Company client. Okay. Once 5 years or 10 years are over, what will start? That is called a which period? Can you please tell me what do you mean by cooling period? How much is the cooling period? 5 years. Let it be partnership firm or let it be sole proprietor or let it be LLP. Cooling period is common for all. What is the cooling period? What does that mean from your point of view? You are not allowed to serve the same company client for the next word, either directly or indirectly. Means, say for example, you are saying that I will leave as a statutory auditor, but I'll come as a what? Internal. Allowed or not allowed? Not allowed. I will leave as a statutory auditor, I'll do the management consultancy. Allowed or not allowed? Matlab, for the next 5 years, you should not do even a single rupee of business with the word same client. That is why the word used are what? Either directly or what? Indirectly. Am I correct? Now the question arises, sir, rotation though we understood 5 years or 10 years wala concept and cooling period. But please tell me to whom it is applicable. Read the point number 1. Listed company hai to always what? Compulsory. OPC and small hai to exempted. What does that mean? I am an auditor since last 16 years for one OPC. Allowed or not allowed? Does that matter or does not matter? Will it make any difference if I'll remove OPC and insert small? No. So if you're a OPC auditor or if you're a what? Small company auditor, you can serve as many years you want. But if you're an auditor of a which company? It has to be what? Compulsorily to be made for one term or 2 term according to the nature of your audit firm. Am I correct? What is the next point, please? What is this company? And what is this company? In these two companies, we have to check its which capital? Paid up share capital. If the paid up share capital is greater than equals to how many crores? Or if the paid up share capital is greater than equals to what? 50 crores. Then in that case, rotation becomes what? Compulsory. But sir, what my paid up share capital is 9.9 and it is 49. Please tell me the interpretations of the law. I am an unlisted public company, my paid up share capital is 9 crores. Rotation applicable or not applicable? But in that case, you will check my what? Outstanding borrowing. If it is that is greater than equals to what? 50 crores. Then also rotation is what? Compulsory. Is it clear to all of you? So tell me, I am an unlisted public company. My paid up share capital is 8 crores, but my outstanding borrowings are 49 crores. And outstanding borrowings are exactly 50. Applicable. 51. Outstanding borrowings are 40, but paid up share capital is 10.5. I am a private company. Public paid up share capital is 49, outstanding is 49. Paid up is 50, outstanding is 49. Paid up is 49, outstanding is 50. Applicable. Is it clear? And small OPC? Not applicable. So let me ask you one question between the incoming and outgoing auditor. I think you have an idea about that. Now, let's say for example, there are two firms. One is ABC and Co. and one is what? APQ and Co. This is outgoing auditor and this is what? Incoming auditor. Who is going out? 10 years over? ABC. Who is coming in? And they both are going to be appointed for which company? XYZ. So, are you able to see any common person? Who is the common? Only common partner makes you disqualified? 5 things. How many things? Repeat after me. Common partner, common control, common management, common brand name, common trade name. Repeat the 5 words. Partner, control, management, brand name, trade name. एक बार और repeat कर लो. Common, partner, control, management, brand name, between outgoing auditor, incoming, will make both the firms what? Disqualified for the next what? 5 years. What is the difference between cooling period and this 5 years? Cooling period is a provision. Cooling period is a what? Provision. This is disqualification. This is a penalty. Cooling period mein they are saying well and D. Here they are saying po. Difference समझ में आ रहा? Where you are being thrown out with respect. Cooling period. Where you are being thrown out forcefully. But my question is, this firm is happy. Why? Anyways, where they were what? Going out. But this firm is crying. At least, no, not A is not crying. A is the dumb fellow. Who is crying? P and Q. Why they are crying? Because of this mad fellow called what? A, their firm without becoming an auditor got disqualified for XYZ Limited for the next what? But you know, law said that don't be happy. To whom? A, B, C and 4. You will first do your cooling period. Tarvata 5 years of what? Disqualified. So indirectly you are out for how many years? And they are out for what? 5 years. Did you get the point or not? The law always looks for, see, people always look for the loopholes. And you don't understand the fact that the one who has created the law already knows the word loophole of that. The law ने क्या बोल दिया कि okay, 5 years cooling period and 5 years what? Disqualification. It means ABC and Co can't become the auditor of XYZ Limited for the next what? 10 years. But APQ and Co is unqualified for the next what? 5 years. Is it clear now? So this is what do you mean by rotation under section 139 subsection. 2 minutes लेंगे revise करेंगे. Please tell me sole proprietorship. What are the 3 ways you can practice in India? Sole proprietor, partnership firm, LLP. Tell me your term for sole proprietor. One term of 5 years. Applicable on any organization or only on companies? Only company. What if you are a partnership firm or LLP? 2 terms of 5 years. After that, what will start? Cooling period. For the next what? 5 years. Either directly or indirectly. You can't serve the same company client for the next what? 5 years. I'm a listed company. 100% applicable. I'm an unlisted public company. My paid up share capital is 29.5 crores. My paid up share capital is 9.5, but outstanding borrowings are 52. I'm a private limited company, 29.5 and 52. Why? Both are 50 or more, 50 or more. Right or not? I'm OPC. Small, common. What 5 things between the two will make you disqualified? Partner, management, control, brand name, trade name. Between which, whom and whom? Incoming auditor and outgoing. Outgoing auditor will be disqualified for indirectly for 10 years. 5 years of cooling plus 5 years of what? Disqualified. And this person will be disqualified for 5 years. So you are unable to see. That's why you are standing. It's acha. Motivation, huh? Okay. Don't worry. Exams will make you stand anyway. Don't worry. Okay, anyways. So, section number 139.8, casual vacancy. Okay, please tell me, what do you mean by casual vacancy, by the way? पहले तो ये बताओ, what do you understand by vacancy? Okay, let me give you 2 situations. You please give me, is it a casual vacancy or not? One company appointed me as an statutory auditor. I did not resume the office and I refused the offer. Is it casual vacancy? And second situation, they appointed me, I started it, but in between I resigned. Why first one is not a casual vacancy? To call someone a casual vacancy, there has to be a resumption first. What has to be first? Resumption. It means you continued and then you left. That is called what? Casual vacancy. There can be total 7 to 8 possibilities for that. Can you read the words? What are the words? First one, death, disqualification, disablement, illness, insanity, insolvency, unwillingness, resignation and removal. Any of these reasons can be the reasons for what? Casual vacancy. And casual vacancy again may arise in 2 companies. What are the 2 companies? Government and non-government. Government company क्या बोलती है? Let it be any reason. You do the casual vacancy in our office for any other reason. You died, no problem. You resigned, no problem. You removed, no problem. We will always be filled up by whom? C&AG. Within how many days? And if the C&AG what? Fails, this power is given to whom? Board of Directors. In the next what? It means by hook or by crook. 60 days ke andar new auditor will come. Are you getting the point? And they will not ask you reasons for that. You are leaving, leave it. No problem. You have to give the reason, that we'll understand in next section. Now, non-government company mein there is a problem. What is the problem? Non-government says that if the reason is what? And if the reason is what? Others. Other than resignation means death, removal, disqualification, disability, illness, insolvency. No problem. Who will fill up? Board will fill up. Within how many days? Here also board will fill up within what? But in case of resignation, you need to get it finally approved by the shareholders within what? Acha, now test is again. What is the meaning of within 3 months? This within 3 months includes 30 days. I resigned today. I resigned today. And it's a non-government company. Please tell me who will fill up my casual vacancy? Board. Within. So from my date of resignation in the next what? 30 days. Board has to fill up the casual vacancy. Is it fine only? It is resignation. Is it fine only if the board will fill up? Or there is any further step? Finally to be approved by whom? Within. What does that within 3 months means? That within 3 months already included what? 30 days. It means for the general meeting, we are hardly left with how many days? 60 days. We have to conduct the general meeting of the shareholders and we have to get it approved. Rule is very simple. Within, before that, if some time period is there, that is already included in within. It is you who has to read the law properly. Law has already stated the things. This is called interpretation of law, as simple as that. Nothing more than that I can teach you. Are you getting the point? So please tell me, did you understand everything? Okay, there is one auditor who died. Non-government company. Board will fill up within how many days? Any shareholder approval required? Removed. Resigned. Government company. Resigned. Matters or does not matter? Always there is 2 concepts. First C&AG within 30 days. C&AG failed, then board in the next what? 30 days. So it doesn't matter what has become or what has happened to the auditor in case of government company. Only matters in case of what? Non-government company. That too reason is what? resignation. Now my question is why? Why we are introducing the shareholder when a non-government company auditor is resigning? Unnecessary. Or is it necessary? And if necessary, there has to be a reason. What is the reason? क्योंकि भैया law we have to do with the logic ना. Please tell me what is the logic behind this? देखो simple सी बात है. If someone is what? Resigning, you will not allow the same authority to bring the second person in. Let's say for example, why someone resigns? When he is being forced to do something which is willing to or unwilling to. Then please tell me why you will allow the same management to bring in the new auditor who has forced him to resign. Is there a logic? No logic. We will not allow the same. Okay, board will appoint, because who does the auditor work and all? Board. But ultimately it has to be approved by whom? Owners. Owners' interference is required, especially in case of what? Resignation. If the auditor dies, is there any reason that board alone should not appoint? Then in that case they are saying only board will fill up the casual vacancy within how many days? 30 days. Now please tell me section number 139 over. So what are the three things we did in 139? Appointment, rotation, casual vacancy. If there is any doubt, you can ask me right now. Because I have to cover up the whole audit. So is this space fine with you? No problem. Comfortable with communication as well? Please tell me, is there any doubt in the first four topics? Internal audit we are done with. Appointment of the statutory auditor, casual vacancy, and what? Okay, now let's talk about section number what? 140. इसे बोलते हैं RR section. What is the name of the section? R stands for resignation, R stands for removal. Divided into total 5 subsections. How many? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out of which 2 and 3 talks about resignation. 1, 4 and 5 talks about what? Removal. Repeat again. 2 and 3 talks about? And 1, 4 and 5? So first we'll talk about what? Resignation. Resignation mein there are two sections. What is 140 subsection 2 and 140 subsection 3. What is 140 subsection 2? बहुत simple है कि if any auditor resigns from the office, let it be government company or let it be non-government company, it is the obligation of the auditor to give the reasons of what? Resignation within 30 days from the date of his resignation in form number ADT 3. What is the form number? Now, to whom he has to give the reasons? If it is a non-government company, he has to give the reasons to whom? Company and ROC. And if it's a government company, he has to give the reasons to ROC and C&AG. Within how many days? 30 days. Form number what? ADT 3. Did you get the point? So I am resigning. What is my obligation? Please tell me now. I'm a non-government auditor. Please tell me what is my obligation? Within the 30 days of my resignation, do I have to intimate the reasons of my what? Resignations. To whom? Within, in form of ADT. Why? Question is why? Why I have to give the reasons? Because the company should know, RSC should know, what is the reason behind my what? Resignation. Is it a voluntary resignation or is it a forceful resignation? Am I correct? And remember, if you remember professional ethics, there is one point. When any auditor resigns, Caro maybe there is one point, clause number 19 if you remember. Sorry, 18. Where any statutory auditor resigns. And the same thing you have done in audit committee corporate governance also. Whenever the auditor resigns, that is a point of worry for the stakeholders. For the whom? Stakeholder. You just imagine if any Reliance ka auditor is there, statutory auditor is SRBC and Co. and DTS and Associates. If they will resign, suddenly, the rumor will spread in the market. That is a very big blow to the organization. What is the reason that statute? Maybe people will start, putting themselves in the guessing situation. Okay, something has happened. Some rumor is there. He might have found some fraud, which is a huge scam and scandal. That is the reason they told him to what? Leave. So this kind of thing is not good for the health of the organization. So they are saying that simply give us what? Reasons. Whom you have to give? ROC and company. Within how many days? 8. Now 140 subsection 2 says this. But what is 140 subsection 3 says? Dare you not give the reasons. Suppose you forgot to give the reasons within how many days? 30 days. So you have to get penalized. And there's a small amendment. What is your penalty? Read the penalty. 50,000 rupees. Or what? Remuneration, whichever is lower. Plus 500 rupees per day. total penalty subject to the maximum of what? 2 lakhs. It used to be how many lakhs? 5 lakhs earlier. Did you get the point? So if I do not give my reasons of resignation within how many days? 30 days. This is the penalty waiting for me. Please tell me what is my penalty. My remuneration is 85,000. And I intimated on 75th day. How many days I delayed? 45 days. Per day also how much? 500 plus 50,000. Total put together shall not be more than what? 2 lakhs. Is it clear to all of you? This is a penalty. That brings an end to your two subsections, 140 subsection 2 and 140 subsection 3. Please tell me what is 140 subsection 2 says again without looking. Any auditor resigns must intimate the reasons of resignation to ROC and company in case of non-government, ROC and C&AG in case of government within 30 days, form number ADT3, failure of which 140 subsection 3 will apply. What is that? Penalty 50,000 or remuneration received, whichever is subject to the maximum of 5 lakh, including 500 rupees per day of delay. Am I clear? Now 140 subsection 1 and subsection 4 and subsection 5. Remember, there are only 2 people on this planet who can remove you. Always remember. Rather, I will tell you 4, but for time being, you should know only what? 2. The person number 1 who can remove you is what? Members. The owners appointed you and owners only can remove it. Person number 2 is known as what? NCLT. जिसे हम लोग ट्रिब्यूनल भी बोलते हैं. Are you getting the point? So let's understand the first one. Removal of auditor by whom? Members. Now, how many of you have an idea about company law का section number 115? I'll tell you. What is 115? That 115 is known as special notice. What is the name? Special notice. See, generally who gives the notice to whom? Company generally gives the notice to whom? Members. Generally, 99.99% company intimates the members what is going to happen in the meeting. But here it is vice versa. What is vice versa? Members are sending the notice to whom? So don't you think it's a very special circumstance? So that's why it is known as which notice? Special notice. So here what will happen? Members holding 1% of the voting right. Members holding how much voting right? So why we didn't take the share capital? Because it's a what is the nature of the company? Company not having share capital. So when the company does not have the share capital, we'll take 1% of the which rights? Voting rights. But if it's a company having what? Share capital, then 5 lakhs worth of which shareholders? Paid up share. What they will do? They will send one special notice to whom? To the company, and giving the reasons in what? Optional. Owners are under no obligation to give the reasons to the company ki why we are removing this auditor. Now, सबसे बड़ा question arises, question mark, which I also got. How members came to know that ki auditor is not doing well? Audit committee informs them. Who informs them? Audit committee. Audit committee always keeps an eye over the performance of their which auditor? Statutory auditor. And audit committee knows that they can't remove you. So audit committee intimates to whom? Members. Tells the member to send us what? Special notice. Under section number 115. So who sent the special notice? Members. To whom? Company. Not having share capital में 1% of the voting right holder. Having share capital में 5 lakhs worth of what? Paid up share capital. What they are sending? Special notice. Reason of removal? Mandatory or optional? Now tell me, who received the notice? Company. Now company has to do 2 things. Point number 1. Company has to conduct board meeting and pass a which resolution? Board resolution. And company has to also apply to whom? Central government for the prior approval of central government for the removal of auditor in form number ADT2. 3 form numbers we have done. 1, 2, 3. What is 1? Intimating ROC, we appointed a which auditor? Statutory. 3. Reasons of resignation. 2. Prior approval of central government. Within how many days? Within 30 days. So special notice you received. Within the next 30 days, 2 things you have to do. Board meeting, board resolution. Apply to the central government for the prior approval in form number what? ADT2. Now central government gave you the approval. Now after the approval in the next how many days? 60 days. You have to conduct a which meeting? EGM. And in the EGM, the auditor stands removed by passing a which resolution? Special resolution. So please tell me what is that 4-step process of removing the auditor. We will go deeper into it. But please tell me what are the 4 steps? Who is sending notice to whom? Name of the notice. Special notice. Company not having share capital. Having share capital. 5 lakhs worth of paid up share. Reasons? I received. In the next 30 days, what are my 2 course of action? Board meeting, board resolution, a prior approval of central government, form number 82. Central government gave. In the next what? 60 days. I have to conduct a which meeting? Pass which resolution? Sir, EGM always means which resolution? Special. I have to pass special resolution and auditor stands removed. Now the question is why these 60 days have been given to you? In this 60 days, you have to follow this process. Point number 1. Company shall send a special copy of special notice to the which auditor? Sir, outgoing auditor, देखो, India में there is a law. Whenever you are removing anybody, you have to give them the opportunity of being heard. So we are going to send the special note. Now this is a proof. Members don't want you to continue. So take this copy. Now he's saying, will I get any opportunity? We are saying yes. We will give you the opportunity. He said how? How you will give me the opportunity? We will allow the outgoing auditor to make one representation letter to defend his removal with a reasonable length. He has to send that letter to whom? Company. He has to send that letter to whom? Company. If this letter reaches early, before sending the notices of what? EGM, we will attach his letter with every notice and will circulate to whom? Each and every member, so that they can read it out before coming and take the call. But unfortunately, his letter reached what? Later. And the notices of EGM is already what? Sent. Then in that case, what will happen? In that case, we will invite him in the meeting. We will give him enough 15 to 20 minutes to read it out in front of whom? Sure. Dekho, OBH, opportunity of being heard, has to be given either via circulation or via invitation. But before circulating and before invitation, one copy of his resignation letter, we will send it to whom? NCLT. If the NCLT, after reading his letter, believes that he is trying to take a needless publicity. Which publicity? What do you mean by needless publicity? Why we give you this opportunity? Please tell me. Why are we giving this opportunity to outgoing auditor? To defend his what? Removal. Why he should not be removed. But he is saying that I know this person, I know that person. Prime Minister is my chaddi baddi friend. This and that. I know Commissioner of Income Tax Appeal. Is that required or unnecessary? That's what NCLT felt. If you are taking any which publicity and you are using which words? Defamatory language. Which language, everyone? Then in that case, NCLT may pass an order, neither circulate it nor invite him to the meeting. Directly conduct a which meeting? EGM. Pass which resolution? And auditor stands what? Removed. Is it clear to all of you? Please tell me the total procedure now. Members send a which notice? To the company not having share capital? 1%. Having share capital? Reason is optional. Company receive within 30 days 2 things. Board meeting, board resolution and prior approval of central government. ADT2. Central government gave the approval. Next 60 days में EGM, SR, auditor stands removed. One copy of special notice to the whom? Outgoing auditor, giving him opportunity of being heard, allowing him to make a letter of reasonable length to be sent to the company. If early, we'll circulate. If late, we will invite him. But before circulation or invite, one copy will be sent to whom? If NCLT believes that you are taking a what? Needless publicity or defamatory language against the company you have used, neither circulation nor invitation, directly SR, auditor stands removed. And this process is equally applicable for both the auditor. Either it is a first auditor or it is a subsequent auditor. Now this is called removal by whom? Members. Now second one is removal by whom? Tribunal. बहुत simple सा question है. This same point I think you have learned in intermediate also, section number 130. Reopening of books of accounts and recasting of financial state. Same point. Now listen. Can you please tell me what is the meaning of this word suo moto? If NCLT on its own felt that you were involved in fraudulent activity of a company. Which activity? Company was doing a fraud, you held the company, and there was a fraud happening on the company, you knew it, but you did not tell it. Who understood it? NCLT. That is called, if the NCLT what? Suo moto felt it. Or NCLT suo moto did not feel it, but somebody made a complaint to NCLT. Who is that? Central government, SEBI, ROC, Income Tax Department, statutory authority, or any other concern. Any of these 6 people has made a complaint to whom? NCLT, or NCLT felt it suo moto. What is the complaint? Okay, we believe that auditor of the company is involved directly or indirectly in which activity? Now, this is a major bifurcation you will understand, because that is how you differentiate between members removal and tribunal removal. When member removed you? When you were involved in fraud or you were inefficient? Inefficient. So you will read the question very carefully. Ki what is the reason of removal they are asking you? Then accordingly you will quote, is it a members removal or is it a what? Tribunals removal. If they will say ki auditor was caught red-handed in which activity? Fraudulent. So you will simply write what is the section number? 140 subsection what? 5. So tell me, what is the procedure? NCLT caught you, NCLT got the complaint, you were involved in a which activity? What is this word written? Please tell me what is the meaning of this? Happening on the company or by the company. Either fraud is done by the company or fraud has happened. In both the cases, you were what? Involved. Then NCLT within 15 days of investigation, no opportunity of being heard. No second chance. Directly order will be passed. Ki boss, you are disqualified from being an auditor in, what is this? Any company. Up to how many years? 5 years. अगले 5 साल तक you can't be the auditor in any company. But what is the other way around of this point? Can I be the auditor in partnership firms? I'm disqualified from being an auditor in any company. Up to how many years? Can I be an auditor in non-company organizations? Yes. And you were involved in fraud, so definitely you will be welcome with a section called 447. Am I correct? That is removal of 140 subsection 5. Did you get the point? So tell me, what are the 3 sections? 3 we are done with. What are the sections? 138, 139, 140. 138 taught us internal audit. 139 appointment, rotation, casual vacancy. 140 removal by 2 people, by members, by 2. Any doubt? पक्का? Shall we start 141? ठीक है, पहले मेरे को ये बताओ, तुम्हें ब्रेक कब चाहिए? 10:30 को? अभी तो अपने को 1 hour भी नहीं हुआ स्टार्ट हुआ है. We are not been even in first 1 hour. ठीक है, I know that this will be like, क्योंकि these are the topics you knew. Are you getting the point? But there are still some things which you didn't understand earlier. So I hope you are getting the clarity on that. Am I correct? So after this, once this company audit will be over, immediately accept 143 subsection 11, that is called CARO 2020. First we'll complete this part. ठीक है ना? After that we'll jump into CARO. CARO के बाद we'll jump into what? 700 series today. Am I correct? 700 series में all 700 to 720 will wind up. That is audit reporting series. After that we will do section number 132 NFRA, and then I will make you understand 134, that is board report, that is relating to books of accounts part, 2 major sections. Then I will tell you to section number 135 CSR, and then finally we'll do the dividend topic. So today's concept has to be at least up to which topic? Dividend. ठीक है ना? Accordingly you plan. Being the first day, they told me to start it at 9 o'clock. Why? Because the day 1 was there, you had to come. So tomorrow onwards our timing is going to be from 8 o'clock. ठीक है ना? From 8 onwards we'll starting, and within these 4 days I can guarantee you the whole subject will go inside your head. You just have to directly see this subject at the time of your what? Examination. Tomorrow we are going to 2 very important topics. One is professional ethics and one is peer review and quality review. ठीक है ना? Along with that 500 series will try to. Are you getting the point? That is how the tomorrow's concept. And day after tomorrow, then other remaining residual chapters which we will be left with, like audit committee, audit of CFS, PSU audit, NBFC, very important. Again, that will be kept at 3rd day, along with the bank audit, NBFC and general insurance. And last day pe we will concentrate on fiscal audit ke or 44 clauses. ठीक है? And along with that, the residual chiller party, whichever is left. Alright? Chiller chapters. Whatever ABC chapters, automated internal control system, this and that, all those ऐसे 300 series and 600 series में I will tell you 200 series में so many standards. So last day में we will cover up the remaining patchwork, whatever is left. But major focus is to complete your 70% portion in the very first 3 days. Are you getting the point? Amendments I'll make you write. Again I'm telling you, because there are so many things you might not be able to understand on your own. in the amendments, and while teaching also you will not be able to retain those words. So we will try to write those amendments. Okay. So let us proceed with section number 141 everyone. What is the name of the section? Eligible. ये कर लेते हैं. After that you can take a break क्योंकि this will take at least 1 hour to complete. Am I correct? अरे यार ऐसा मत किया करो यार, थोड़ा सोचा करो. आई एम हियर फॉर यू एंड यू आर हियर फॉर मी. तो इट्स अ कॉर्डियल रिलेशनशिप. देयर हैज टू बी अ म्यूचुअल अंडरस्टैंडिंग. टेक अ ब्रेक एट 11. हाँ, नाउ यू वांट ब्रेक. अच्छा, ब्रेकफास्ट डन ना सर एवरीवन? नॉट येट डन. तो व्हाई यू डिडंट डू इट? दे टोल्ड यू टू कम एट 8. So you are here since 8. So don't be under the impression I came late. So I was on time only because they told that being the very first day people will gather and all those things. So you want a break now? Up to 10:30 fine? Huh? You don't have to make the breakfast and eat na? Huh? Okay, come by 10:35 please sir. 20 minutes break, come back. We'll continue. उसके बाद direct 1. After that 1 to 3 you need a break for the lunch and all. 1 to 2 is fine. I need up to 2:30 at least. ठीक है ना? तो 1 to 2:30, then 2:30 to 8 stretch. ठीक है? In between half an hour break I'll give you. Okay? Fair enough. Okay, please move and come back early. So pause कर देना. अरे pause कर. Video. Pause. 2, 3 would be fine for your. Huh? Right, it's okay. ले लो half an hour extra. Why are you taking so much of tension of auditing? The completing is my responsibility. Don't worry. Then up to 8:30 will stretch. Huh? Is it fine now? So 3 to 8:30, in between half an hour again break I will give you whenever you want. I think approximately by 4:30 you all will be exhausted. Okay, 5 to 5:30 will give you the break. Then up to 8:30 will stretch. Okay, and tomorrow onwards we'll be having now 8 to 8 as it is. In between again morning half an hour break. Then 1.5 hour or 2 hour in the afternoon and half an hour. Effectively 8 to 9 hours we have to complete in a day. Clear? Is it fine, sir? No problem. Chalo. So let's start with the section number 141 now. So if you have any doubt in 138, 139 and 140, please let me know. So just tell me the section number. What was 138? Internal audit. What was 139? Appointment, casual vacancy. And now I think you are filled up little bit with your stomach. You can now pour in more energy, right? And what is 140? Removal and resignation. Let us start with the very important section called 141. उसके बाद 142 will take only 2 minutes. 143 में there are 3 amendments. 141.3, 141, 143.11 and that is Caro, and 143. So let me do one thing. Let's do the Caro in the flow only, in the sections only. Let's not merge it with the audit reporting. Audit reporting will keep it only for the 700 series. Okay? Now, section number 141 everyone. What is the name of the section? Please read. Eligibility, qualification and disqualification. It's a very simple concept. Eligibility you all know. Auditing is the field who can only do a CA in practice. It means you should be a chartered accountant, qualified chartered accountant holding a valid COP. What is COP everyone? Have you seen that COP kabhi? Have you seen that? Right or not? It's just a A4 size paper only, but you know that feeling of going into the convocation and hooray, that black color coat and that cap, that feeling is complete. And you know this professional ethics may we do na fundamental principles, integrity, oath, we will have integrity, objectivity, और 3000 4000 chartered account, वो feeling है, the goosebumps आ जाते हैं. Are you getting the point? वो मजा ही अलग होता है. So COP, have you seen that COP? So you will get the 2 certificates. One is called membership certificate and one is called COP. So you will definitely obtain membership, but COP is your call. So if you are a qualified practicing CA holding a valid COP, you are allowed to be what? Auditor. You can be the statutory auditor. That is called the eligibility. So a chartered accountant holding a what? Valid COP is eligible. Now Let's talk about the qualification and what? Disqualification. Now, qualification may, as I already told you, in India, there are three ways by which you can practice in India. What is the first one, everyone? Sole proprietor. Second one, partnership. And the third one is what? LLP. Tell me the three again. Sole proprietor, partnership firm, and L. Sole proprietor means single person has opened a firm. Like I am having a two firms. I'm a partner in my firm where I did my articleship, where I am a partner right now, and the another firm which is my sole proprietor. Are you getting the one? As a sole proprietor, I'm a single practicing CA holding a valid COP. Am I correct? Now, partnership firm and LLP mein there are some rules you need to understand. Rule number 1. Can you read it? What is this? Majority of the partners must be practicing in India. You are qualified to appoint as an statutory auditor in India if the majority of your partners are also practicing in India. Means what? This is a kind of question you may expect in the examination. Say for example, there are 21 partners in your firm. My question number 1, can you enter into a partnership with a non-practicing CA? That is my simple question to you. Can you have a partnership with the non-practicing CA? Yes. You can have a partnership with the non-practicing CA. So out of 21, 4 are non-practicing and 1 is what? 17 are what? Practicing. Please tell me, you will see the majority of partners must be practicing in India from where? Are you going to see it from 21 or you are going to see it from 17? When I say that the majority of your partners must be practicing in India, you are going to test that particular provision from where? From 21 or from 17? 17. Because these 4 are to be considered or not to be considered? Achha, what is the majority of 17? 9. So 9 are practicing in India. Is this firm qualified or disqualified? Tell me. 9 are practicing in India. Qualified. And 8 are practicing in US. Qualified or disqualified? Now also qualified. But what if I'll change this? 9 in outside India, 8 in India. Now this firm will be what? Disqualified. This is the rule number 1. And this rule applies to both PF as well as what? LLP. So majority of your partners must be practicing in India. Second thing, there is no upper limit on partners. Because our partnership is not covered under Partnership Act 1932. Our partnership is covered under Chartered Accountants Act 1942. So our partnership does not have the features of normal partnership. So we can have the number of partners more than what? How many partners we can have? Can we have 20 partners in our firm? Can I have 50, 60, 100? Yes. So you can have any limit on the partners. There is no particular upper limit on the partner. What is the third point? Can enter a partnership with the NPCA means what? Non-prac. Achha, what is the major difference between a practicing CA and a non-practicing CA? So many of you will tell me holding what? COP. That makes the difference. But can anybody tell me that non-practicing CA can do the audit? Or he can't do the audit? He can do the audit. He can't sign the audit report. COP gives you the signing authority. Which authority? You cannot keep that person away from his profession. He is bloody allowed to do the audit, but he is not allowed to what? Sign the audit report. Signing is the problem. Are you getting the point? So yes, you can enter a file with what? NPCA. Next one. You can have a multidisciplinary partnership firm also, but this point is you know 53A and 53B regulation in professional ethics. These are the 8 people with whom you can enter a multidisciplinary partnership firm. Can you read person number 1? CS, CMA, LLB, Bachelor of Engineering, Bachelor of Technology, Actuarial Scientist, and any other professional from the recognized professional body. And these 2 are added recently. What are these 2? MBA and BArch. What is BArch? Bachelor of Architect. Now my question is, can I enter a partnership with BCom? This is exhaustive list. This is a which list? Exhaustive. Matlab nothing can be added now unless our council permits. So who are the 8 people? Repeat now. CS, CMA, LLB, MBA, BE, BTech, BR, and Actuarial Scientist. Can I enter a partnership with the ACCA? Dheere bhai. Huh? Sir, understand, this is alien language for me. Rawat leda matlab? It's not working properly. Okay. Rawat leda. Okay, right. The new word, huh? Chalo. My question is, can I enter a partnership with Seema? No. ACCA? क्यों? No. Why? Because I made a cross. That's the reason ना. नहीं, foreign professionals के साथ you can't enter a what? Partnership. But foreign professional के साथ you can do what? Work. So doing a work with a foreign professional, that is not prohibited to you. You are prohibited to enter a what? Partnership with the foreign professional bodies. So who are the 8 people with whom you can enter? CS, CMA, actuarial scientist, LLB, MBA, BTech, BE, BR. Is it clear? Now, if you are making an LLP in India, it must be a which LLP? Indian LLP. Now, why this has been stressed here? Because you will see that there is Deloitte, am I correct? Deloitte, KPMG, EY, PwC. They are actually US LLPs. But when they come to India to practice, they have to first incorporate a new Indian LLP. Then only they can practice in India. You will never see any US LLP practicing in India as an auditor. अगर आप Deloitte का नेम भी देखोगे ना, Deloitte के वर्ड में you will find India LLP. What is the word? So Deloitte US LLP is also there in India, but that cannot is disqualified to practice in what? India. In India, if the Deloitte wants to practice in the form of LLP, they have to incorporate a which LLP? Indian LLP. Second point is what? Only who are allowed? Individual. LLP में only individuals can be your partner. Partnership firm में entity can also be your partner. But remember, this point is very much suitable for what? LLP. Rather, in the Indian partnerships of chartered accountants and Indian LLPs of chartered accountants, only who are allowed? Individuals. Means Grover LLP and Mahesh LLP. Can Grover LLP become the partner of Mahesh LLP? No. But can Rohit Grover become the partner of Mahesh LLP? Yes. So individually allowed. Who is not allowed? Firm is not allowed. Right? And the last one, let it be you're a sole proprietor, LLP or partnership, all must have to be registered with whom? Because you all must have gone through the articleship and you know that FRN stands for Firm Registration Number. Who allots us? I say. Let it be sole proprietor, let it be partnership firm, or let it be what? And you know that in the audit report below the signature, we have to quote our what? Firm registration number. Is it clear to all of you? यहाँ तक समझ में आया? So these are the basic things you need to understand in 141. Now let's proceed towards the major things called what? Disqualification. So in total there are 11 disqualifications. How many everyone? 11. Disqualification number 1 you already know. In India you can't open a what? Body corporate, and you can't open a what? Except what? LLP. Why the word except LLP is used? Because LLP is included in the definition of what? Body corporate. But LLP is allowed. Now we are talking about qualifications or disqualification. So what is not allowed? Body corporate. What is not allowed? Company. Except what? LLP. Second thing, you and your partner should not be what? Officer. Should not be what? Employee of your client company. You and your partner should not be two things. What are the two things? Officer and employee. Employee, we know. What is the definition of officer? Manager, KMPs, director, shadow director. Repeat the 4 words again. Manager, KMP, director, shadow. KMP includes MD, CEO, CFO, whole-time director and CA. So these designations, if you or your partner is holding in your client company, in your client company's holding, in your client company's subsidiary, in your client company's associate, and in another subsidiary of what? Same parent, then you and your firm and your total partner, everyone will be what? Disqualified. So please tell me, what are the 2 positions you are not allowed? Officer and employee. Who are not allowed? You, your partner. Where not allowed? Client company. So ye always remember this chart. Company. Main client company. It's what? Holding. It's what? It's what? Another subsidiary of what? So whenever you are testing, except in the disqualification number 9, you will test it everywhere. Whom you will test? You will test yourself, and you will test your what? Partner also. For what? For the disqualification. So what are the 2 positions you have to test? Employee and officer. What does officer mean? CEO, CFO, MD, WTD, CS, shadow director, director, as well as what? Manager. Next point. What is the third disqualification? Now, the difference between the second and third is very simple. In the second, you and your partner are becoming officer and employee. In the third, you and your partner is not becoming officer and employee. You are entering into a partnership with the officer and employee. Let's say, for example, myself, Rohit, my partner's name is Suresh. Am I correct? There is one person called Mr. Mahesh, who is the MD of Reliance Industries Limited. We are the firm, we are the auditors of Reliance. Me, my partner is Rohit and Suresh, and Mahesh is the MD. Now, my friend Suresh, my partner Suresh, entered a partnership with Mahesh. Now, he became officer or he entered into a partnership with the officer. If my friend, my partner Suresh is the MD, second disqualification. Which disqualification? Second. Now my Suresh friend, partner is an MD or he's entering a partnership with the MD. Now also what? Disqualified. So neither you or your partner should be officer and employee, nor you or your partner should be in what? Employment, and in what? With whom? It means here you are not officer and employee. You are entering into partnership with the officer and employee. Rest remaining everything is what? Same. You have to test it again where? 5 places. What are the 5 places? Company, holding, subsidiary, associate, and another subsidiary of the common parent. Is it clear? So what are the 3 disqualifications? You are not allowed to open a body corporate. You are not allowed to open a company except LLP. You and your partner should not be the officer or employee. You and your partner should not be in employment in partnership with the officer or employee. Fourth one. Sir, all the examples which I am telling you are given below for your reference, and I'll share these notes with you. They have told me I can share. Okay? After that, it's your responsibility. You want to keep it in PDF, keep it in PDF, or if you want to take the Xerox, you can take the Xerox. That's why I have converted all my black background or blue background files also into the white background. In case you are thinking of taking the Xerox, you can take it. But I will suggest why to spend that money. Keep it in your laptop and just refer it as what we are doing right now. What is the fourth disqualification now? Now, fourth, fifth, sixth relatives will also be added. That's why I'm telling you in sequence. In the first 2 and 3, relative is not there. Fourth, fifth, sixth, relative will come. Relative number 1, you, your partner, and your relative should not be indebted to your client company for what? Goods and services for more than what? Let me ask you a very simple thing. Now, suppose I bought one house and I need 8 air conditioners to be installed in my house. Am I correct? Now, my auditee, my client is Bajaj Electronics Limited. What is the name? So I needed 8 air conditioners. I first went to the Pi International. I asked them what is the price of the AC. He said that 1 lakh rupees one AC because I wanted the standing ACs. Right or not? So I thought that why should I give the business to Pi International? I went to my client called Bajaj Electronics and I told him that I want the air conditioner. बोल रहा कि you are my auditor Rohit, so I will give you discount. मैंने कहा no, I don't want discount. I'm an honest person. I don't want to influence you. I don't want a discount. Give me the same market price, 8 lakhs ka bill. But he told me that Rohit, anyways, I have to give you the audit fees of 8 lakhs. Are you getting the point? Anyways, I have to give it. This is present, today's talk. What is the date today? Today. Remember, it is happening today. So I'm having a conversation with the client. Anyways, Rohit, you are my auditor for 22-23 financial year. I have to pay you how many lakhs? 8 lakhs. And you have to pay me what? 8 lakhs. Let's do the word set off. Am I disqualified? Is my firm disqualified? Is it called indebtedness? If no, why? If yeah. Did you understand the question? It is happening today. I am the auditor for 22-23 financial year. It means audit started or not yet started. Audit will start in the month of May. Chalo imagine karte May mein. Please tell me today what will be the journal entry my client will put in his books of accounts. Rohit account debited to sales. He will put what? Rohit account debited to sales. May 1st I entered to do and what? Audit. Then what is the entry he will put? Audit fees account debited to Rohit. It means audit fees is coming into existence when? During the financial year or after the financial year? But up to 31st March, will I be shown as a debtor to my own client for more than 5 lakhs, my firm is what? Disqualified. These are the various kind of implications they may ask you in the examination. You might be thinking, Arey, 8 lakhs complete set off na. And that too, Rohit sir did not ask even a discount. So he's a very bloody khuddar fellow. Am I correct or no? But these are the various tricks which will be given to you in the examination to put you into the harder way. Are you getting? Simple. Your concept should be clear. Audit fees becomes due when the audit starts. And that will become due in the month of May. Even for a single second, you are being shown as a debtor in the books of accounts of your client. You, your partner, your firm will be what? Disqualified. And in this case, who is also included in you? Relative. And indebtedness, is it exactly 5 lakhs or more than 5 lakhs? Will your answer change if I bought 5 ACs of 1 lakh each? Now my firm is qualified or disqualified? Qualified. Because indebtedness should be more than what? Are you getting the point? Is it 5 lakh 1 rupee now? 4 lakh 99,000? Exactly 5 lakh? Qualified. More than 5 lakhs what? Disqualified. And remember, this is relating to what? Goods and services. Now, second question in the same scenario. Now, today, 28th March, I got some medical emergency. I called my client. I said, sir, anyways, you are required to pay me 8 lakhs, which we have decided in the AGM, my terms of remuneration. Please give me the advance audit fees. Today. And he immediately deposited 8 lakhs in my account. Audit not yet started. Audit will start in the month of May. Again, will it be treated as indebtedness? Or it is allowed? Allowed. Why? Because here, am I taking any goods and services, or I took my advance audit fees? Taking advance audit fees or progressive audit fees does not make you what? Disqualified. So the same way, two questions can be asked. In one you are qualified, in one you are what? Disqualified. So what is allowed, what is not allowed? Indebtedness for goods and services not allowed, but taking your advance or progressive audit fees is what? Allowed. And who are three involved here? Me, my partner, and my relative. Is it clear to everyone? Now, what is the difference between fourth disqualification and the fifth disqualification? Here also the word written is indebtedness to or on the behalf of the company for what? Guarantees and securities more than what? And who are three included again? Me, my partner, and relative. Now, how this question may come in the examination? Say, for example, Mr. X is the auditor of ABC Limited. And ABC Limited went to where? SBI to take a loan of what? 1 crore. SBI rejected the application, saying that you don't have enough security. But the chairman, the branch manager of that branch of SBI and the Mr. X, they are chaddi buddy friends. They are very deep friends. So ABC Limited knew. ABC Limited pressurized its auditor Mr. X to give a guarantee to whom? SBI on the behalf of its client for a loan of what? 1 crore. Is this firm qualified or disqualified? Why? Here, what? Am I giving guarantee to the third party on the behalf of my client, or am I giving guarantee to the client on the behalf of third party? दोनों point different है. What is happening in this scenario? I am X. What X is doing right now? Giving guarantee to third party on the behalf of client amounting to more than 1 crore. Disqualified. So, what is a provision amounting to more than what? 1 lakh. Makes you what? Disqualified. But what is a guarantee? 1 crore. What does that mean? Please tell me. What do you mean by guarantee? What if ABC Limited defaults? Who will end up paying the money? That is where your independence will get compromised. And you are what? Disqualified. Now, look at the second situation. Now, my client ABC Limited is a which company? Finance. Mr. Y came to take a loan of what? 1 crore to my client. But my client refused his application saying that you don't have a what? Guarantee. Y and X are very good friends. Y forced his friend X, who is the auditor, by can you please give the guarantee on my behalf to ABC Limited? Now I gave a guarantee too. Please tell me what is the difference you found in the example number 1 and example number 2. In the example number 1, I was giving a guarantee to the third party on the behalf of my client. In the second example, I am giving guarantee to my client on the behalf of what? In both the cases, all three cases, may you are what? Disqualified. Did you get the point? So now read the sentence. Now you will understand what I wrote. Indebtedness to or on behalf of the client for guarantees and securities for more than what? 1 lakh makes you disqualified. So tell me the 5 disqualification, please. You are not allowed to open a what? Body corporate or a company except LLP. You and your partner should not be what? Officer or employee in the company. You and your partner should not be what? In employment, in partnership with officer and employee. And you, your partner, your relative should not be indebted for goods and services more than 5 lakh. You, your partner, relative should not be indebted to the client or on the behalf of the client for guarantees and securities for more than what? 1 lakh. Is it clear, everyone? Okay. Now, next point. 6.1. Here also relative is included, but we'll learn it in a different way. You and your partner holding, what is the word written? Any security of what? Any value. Immediate disqualification. Who and who? You and your partner holding any security of any value in your client company and group, you are immediately what? Disqualified. But in case it is your what? Relative. In case it is your what? Relatives. They may hold. Yes, they may hold. How much they may hold? Up to 1 lakh of which value? Not market price. Up to 1 lakh of face value. And if they go beyond 1 lakh also, then also you are what? Disqualified, but not immediately after 60 days. Why 60 days have been given to you? To bring the level of investment below or equals to 1 lakh. So what is the interpretation now? Now look at this interpretation, what you will see. You and your what? Partner holding any security of any value in anywhere else, you are immediately what? Disqualified. Did you see the total chart? What is the second one? Relatives may hold. Answer is yes. How much? Acha, you can hold. Your partner can hold any security. Equity, preference, debenture, deposit, anything of any value. 1 rupee, 2 rupees, everywhere what? Disqualified. After some days or immediately. But what about your relative? Yes. How much? 1 lakh. If more than 1 lakh, disqualified. But after how many days? Did you understand the interpretation? Now my question is, who is the relative? देखो बहुत simple है. 14 people you have to remember. How many? Here is spouse. Always. I'm married. Here is spouse. Mother, father, brother, sister, son, daughter. Total कितने हो गए? 7. Spouse, mother, father, brother, sister, son, daughter. Stepmother, stepfather, stepbrother, stepsister, stepson, no stepdaughter. And no step spouse. Are you getting the point? Who are the 12 people? Tell me now. Spouse. Mother including stepmother. Father including stepfather. Brother including stepbrother. Sister including. Son including. Only daughter. Son's wife. Daughter's husband. 14. Easy to remember? So who is here? Stepdaughter, step spouse, no, next, son's wife, daughter's husband. If you'll see these people, immediately will say what? Disqualified. Now, my question is, what will be your answer if my brother's father is holding more than 1 lakh of face value of securities? My brother's father, my father only. Qualified or disqualified? Disqualified. My brother's wife. Brother's wife is not included, na? If she is holding 2 lakhs worth of, does that make any difference or does not? Qualified. My brother. Sister's husband. Sister's father. चलो अच्छा, okay. Sister's mother now. Now also disqualified. Sister's stepmother. Now also what? Disqualified. Daughter, stepdaughter, son, son's husband. Allowed है? Allowed है? अरे एक है, son's spouse. Anything is allowed, na? Now तो you have to be extrovert enough to accept these realities. Daughter's wife or daughter's spouse. Allowed or not allowed? Disqualified or qualified? Disqualified. Stepdaughter? Doesn't make any difference. And acha, my mother-in-law? Does that matter? Does not matter. Does not. My mother and stepmother is including. Mother-in-law is not in. My wife's mother-in-law? Allowed. Correct? Hai? So these are the various kind of things they may ask you to put you into the troubling situation. So who are the last 14 people? Tell me. Spouse, mother, father, including stepmother, including stepfather, brother, sister, including steps, son, including steps, son's wife, and acha, will your answer change if my stepson's wife is holding 3 lakhs worth of face value? My stepson's wife. Qualified or disqualified? Qualified. Doesn't make any. Disqualified makes only under 14 cases. Now you are what? Qualified. Okay. If my daughter's husband, now I am disqualified. But if the daughter's husband's father, qualified or disqualified? Qualified. Did you get the point? So you and your case may immediate disqualified, and your relative ke case may how many disqualifications after how many days? 60 days. Did you all understand? Now, disqualification number 7. What is your ceiling limit of doing the audit? Unlimited. I'm saying ceiling limit of doing the audits. Unlimited. Doing the company audit? 20. There's a difference. So when you see this thing na in the examination, take it under a good interpretation. Your ceiling limit of doing the audit is unlimited. But ceiling limit of doing the which audit? Company audit is how many? Should not be more than what? 20. And what about the tax audit? Is tax audit a part of company audit? Or it's under Income Tax Act? Income Tax Act or not? So 60 what and 20 what? 60 per practicing CA partner. What is the word you have to write? Per practicing CA partner. It means every practicing CA who is your partner carries 20 company audit limit in your firm. So in my firm there are 4 practicing CAs, 80, and 4 practicing CAs tax audit limit 240. Did you get the point or not? In my firm 4 partners, 1 non-practicing, 3 practicing. 60, not 80. Being a partner is not necessary. Being a partner, you should be in what? Practice. So it means you and your practicing partner only carries the which limit? Ceiling limit. Did you get the point or not? Now, next question. A, B, C, D and co. Total 4 partners. All are what? Practicing CS. What is the ceiling limit? A is in Dubai, B is in Canada, C is in UK, and only D is left in the office. All the 80 companies MDs are knocking the door and they're telling you to sign the audit report. Can D sign all? Can D sign all? Anybody who has a negative answer, who is saying that D can't sign? D can't sign. Remember, sir, once you become a part of the firm, you lose your individuality. So whenever you write or sign the audit report, you write in the name of firm, not in your name. So for ABCD and co, Mr. D can sign all the audit reports. Can he sign all? Is it the same thing with the tax audit also? Can he sign all the 240 tax audit reports also? Yes. Is it clear to all of you? 100%. Acha, this 20 and 60 is your overall ceiling limit, or it is a ceiling limit of one firm? So suppose I'm a sole proprietor also. I'm a partner in my firm also. So it is it 20 plus 20, total 40 I have, or put together 20. What if I have already signed 7 in my sole proprietor? So I can only lend 13 to my partnership firm. Is it clear? 100% clarity? So what are the things you understood? What is the ceiling limit is for whom? For every CA or practicing CA? For every practicing CA in your firm or that practicing CA who is your partner in the firm? चलो A, B, C, D and Co में A, B and C are practicing partners, practicing CAs. D is also a practicing CA, but in this firm he is working as an employee. D is practicing CA, but in this A, B, C, D and Co he is working as a what? Employee. Can he sign 20? Can he sign any? Now tell me, A is Canada, B is in UK, C is in Dubai. Now can D sign all 80? All sorry. First of all, what is the ceiling limit of this firm? 60. Why not 80 now? Because D is also practicing CA. Why not 80 now? He is not your partner. So now ceiling limit is again what? 60. Now can D sign all 60 now? No. Because in your firm he is working as a what? Employee, not your partner. So other than you, who can sign PP? Who is PP? Practicing partner. Did you get the point? These are the small things on the basis of which, sometimes you get into trouble. Okay, these are the various loopholes where the ICAI knows that they may put you in trouble and they will ask you these questions in the examination. Did you all understand? Now question is 20 does not include what? This 20 does not include these four. What are these four? OPCs, small, dormant and private company whose paid up share capital is less than what? It means greater than equals to is what? Covered in the ceiling limit. And which private limited companies who has not defaulted in 92, who has not defaulted in 137. What is 92? Annual return. 137 financial statement. ये हो गया MGT 7 and this is called AOC 4. So if you have not defaulted in these two and your paid up share capital is less than what? 100 crores. Then you are not covered in the which limit? Ceiling limit. So my question is, out of 20 I was doing 4 OPC. Is it 20 fully exhausted or 16 only? OPCs are covered or not covered? And you remember, I will give you one question and you will give me the wrong answer as well. I can guarantee you. You can please tell me what 4 are not included. OPC, small, dormant and such private limited companies whose paid up share capital is less than 100 crores and not defaulted in the section number 92 and 137. But if you'll go by this now, you may sometimes get confused in the examination. I will suggest you to go by this. Inclusions instead of exclusions. Whenever you will see these 6 names in your examination, you will always say that yes, it is included. What you will say? Yes, it is included. What is the first one? Public company. And second one, read please. Greater than equals to 100 crore. Third one, section A. Fourth one, next. ये मेरी keen observation है कि I have seen the 10 years of my own experience and seen so many authors books and ICAI का mix of everything is saying that moment you will see these 6 things, you will say it is included. Other than 6 things, everything is what? Excluded. Okay, what is this one? Guarantee company having share capital. This is government audit. So just read this one or twice and let me give you one question then. Read this 6. Public, private, section 8, joint, government, guarantee company having share capital. Ready for the question? Should I give you one question now? So you know the inclusions also, you know the what? Exclusion. And you know the ceiling limit, everything you know. Question is very simple. See this question. Now, ABC and Co. Just let me. Sorry, yeah, answer was given. Okay. ABC and Co. already has 60 company audits. How many? 60. Okay, na? The ceiling limit is 60 for this firm. ABC, all 3 are practicing. They are already holding how many? 58 company audits they are holding. What is the composition of 58? This 29 public companies are there, 8 cost audit, 4 private limited whose issued share capital is 400 crores each, 7 branch audits, 3 government company, 2 charitable trust and 3 foreign company and 2 joint audits. This is the composition of 58 for which company? Which firm? In the ABC and Co, Mr. A is also running its what? Sole proprietor, where he's already doing how many audits? 17. What is the 17 ka composition, please? See, 17 mein what are the 17 includes? 4 public, 3 religious, 2 guarantee company having share capital, 4 branch and 4 what? Tax audit. My question is very simple. If these are the companies which are waiting at the door of ABC and Co, and they want to make ABC and Co as their auditor. Who are these? These. One MNO, one PQR, RST Private Limited paid up share capital 100 crores, 5 Section 8, 7 joint audit, 1 UVR Limited, 18 cinema halls, 18 branches, and 4 government companies. Now, this is a question in front of you. You have to tell me whether all these audits can be accepted or not. How to start this question? First of all, while reading only, your Atma will meet with Paramatma. Okay, this big question is there. Let me make it easier for you. Okay, what is the composition? 58. You have to tell me what is included, what is not included. Let me do the solution with you. Please tell me 29 public. Included or not included? So यहाँ पे लिख लेंगे 29, right? 8 cost audits. So you have to keep the inclusion exclusion both in your mind. Included or not included? Not included. So 29 still. Next one. 4 private limited company whose issued share capital is 400 crores each. Do we need issued or paid up share capital? So to be included or not to be included? Not to be included. Ignore 29. 7 branch. Branch. Anywhere. Included or not to be included? Again 29. Next. Pakka. 32. 2 charitable trust. Section. Included or not to be included? Not to be included. That is Section 8 company. This is charitable trust. Trust is not a company. We are doing ceiling limit of which audit? Company audit. Area to be fallen, number 1 is this. Every charitable trust, every charitable society is not a Section 8 company. It has to be written, it is Section 8 company. Then only you will give it an inclusion. Am I correct? Again 32. Next one, 3 foreign company audits. Does not include. Again what? 32. 2 joint audits. To be considered or not to be considered? Joint audit inclusion, na? So that makes it what? So out of 60, how much is unexhausted? 26. How much is unexhausted? 20. But Mr. A is also running his what? Sole proprietor. Sole proprietor mein 4 what? Public. So 34 plus 4 makes it to what? 38. 2 religious society. Again tell included. Section 8 or not a Section 8? So again 38. 2 guarantee company having share capital. So 40 plus 4 branch. To be included or still 40? 4 tax audit. 40 plus 4, 44. Tax audit to be included, not to be? Still 40. Still unexhausted what? 20. MNO Limited. They want you to become their auditor. ABC and Co. Can they accept it? Makes it what? 41. क्यों? क्योंकि public company. PQR Limited. Makes it what? 42. RST Private Limited. Paid up share capital is exactly 100 crores. Included or not to be included? When not to be included? Less than. So 43. Next one. Section 8. 5 Section 8 है. And 48. 7 joints. Makes it 55. 1 UVR Limited. Makes it 56. 18 cinema hall branches. Makes it again 56. You can accept it, but it will not affect your what? Ceiling limit. 4 government audits. Makes it 60. So what is your answer to this question? Can they accept all? Yes, they can accept all. So only with the exclusions you cannot survive ceiling limit. Always remember this. You have to understand both the points. You have to understand exclusions and you have to understand what? Include. Remember these 10 names in your head. 4 exclusions and 6 what? Inclusions. Then only you can survive this question relating to what? Ceiling limit. Is it clear to all of you? 100%. Tell me the 7 disqualifications which we have done. Body corporate, officer or employee, in partnership in employment, indebtedness for more than 5 lakhs, then guarantee and security for more than 1 lakh, and holding any security of any value, but relatives may hold up to rupees 1 lakh of face value, and you should not breach your which limit? Ceiling limit. Disqualification number 8. What is the disqualification number 8? Again, in the 8 also relative is included. What is that? You, your partner, and your relative. Sorry, this point is not for you and your partner. This is only for your what? Relative. Sorry. Now see, what is this point? Read it. Your relative should not be what? Director, should not be KMP in the company. Now, this is the disqualification where you have to check only in the main company. Can you please tell me what is the other way interpretation of this sentence? It means your relative can be a director or can be a KMP in the group of your client company, but not in the main company. Did you get the understand? Now my question is the word employee written? What is written? 2 words. Director and KMP does not include the word called what? Employee. So let me give you one question. My wife is working in the company where I am an auditor as an employee. She is working in a company called ABC Limited. I am the auditor of that company and she is working there as an employee. Qualified or disqualified? Director, CEO, CFO. I am working in ABC Limited. My wife is a director in holding of ABC Limited. Now also what? Qualified. Relative ke case mein you only have to check it in the main company, and that too only 2 positions. Directors can be. Other way around, everywhere you are what? Qualified. So can I say that this interpretation of the chart is cool? Now read this. You, your partner and relative. And where employee and director in KMP. Please tell me if you are employee in the client's company, disqualified. And you are director of KMP in the client's company. Your partner is employee, disqualified. Your partner is director of KMP. But your relative, if it is employee, qualified. If your relative is what? Director of KMP, qualified, disqualified in the which company? Main company, but qualified in case of what? Holding, subsidiary, associate and another subsidiary. So my question is, my wife is a CEO of the subsidiary of my client company. Qualified or disqualified? She is a CEO in the company where I am an auditor. She is working as a finance employee. Finance manager. Disqualified. Because manager comes under the definition of what? KMP. Did you get the point? So these are the things you need to have a clarification. Disqualification number 9. Again, relative is included. Who? You, your partner and relative should not establish a which relationship? Business relationship. Let me make it very simple to you. I am the auditor of Airtel Limited. Bharti Airtel Limited. I am using the SIM of Airtel. I am the auditor of Bharti Airtel Limited. I am using the SIM of Airtel Limited. Qualified or disqualified? Are I am using the SIM. Are I am getting a message, sir, you will be disqualified under section 141 subsection 3 whenever I am making a call. Message aa raha. Qualified or disqualified? B2C does not make you disqualified. But if I have one manufacturing plant which is manufacturing SIMs and I am supplying those SIMs to my client called Bharti Airtel Limited. Now I am qualified or disqualified? Why? This is B2B. It means if I am an auditor of Indigo Airlines, I will never be allowed to board a flight of Indigo. They will throw me out. So please get down. In between the flight only. Sir, we came to know. We'll open an emergency door. Please jump. Otherwise, by the time you land to Delhi, you will be what? Disqualified. So please tell me, in this case, I am boarding a flight of Indigo Airlines and my firm is the auditor of Indigo Airlines. Qualified or disqualified? But if I'm supplying air turbine fuel, disqualified. I am the auditor of Taj Group of Hotels. I am residing in Taj Krishna. Qualified. But if I am supplying catering service to Taj, disqualified. So what makes you disqualified? B2B or B2C? B2C does not make you disqualified. So commercial relationship means B2B, not B2C, not professional. I am doing the ROC matters of my Taj Krishna. Am I qualified or disqualified? ROC things of my client called Taj Krishna. Qualified. Because that is which services? Professional. What makes you disqualified? Which relationship? Business. Business means has to be what? Commercial. Between B to B. Is it clear? 9 disqualification. Now, can you please tell me 140 subsection 5 which we did before the break? NCLT wala case. What is the penalty of NCLT in that case? How many years? 5 years. How many years? 5 years. And 447. Who is penalizing you? NCLT. Why? Because you were involved in what? Fraud. Am I correct or not? Here also same point is there. You, your partner or your firm committed an offense involving what? Fraud. But here, court has convicted you. Who has convicted? Let me tell you what is the understanding you should have. There are 3 parties who can make you disqualified. I told you there are total 4. Members can remove you. NCLT can remove you. Third thing is court can also remove you. But when the court removes you, it's a direct disqualification of how many years? 10 years. You cannot become an auditor in any company for the next what? 10 years. NCLT ke case mein? 5. Now the 4th people who can remove you is what? NFRA. National Financial Reporting Authority under section 132. Rule number 3. If you are auditor of rule number 3 companies. So NFRA if removes you for 6 months to 10 years. This is a complete ban. So there are total 4 people who can remove you. Please tell me members can remove you. When members remove you, in case you are involved in fraud, when it was a performance based issue, right? When NCLT, when court, fraud, and when NFRA, non-compliances. What is NFRA ka rule? You are neither following accounting standard nor you are checking accounting standard. Simple. Tell me the disqualifications of all these 3 people. Court can disqualify you? Yes. For how many years? 10 years. Who can disqualify you now? NFRA. For 6 months to 10 years. And when NCLT disqualifies you? 5 years. Always remember these 3 interpretations. So you have to see the question who is disqualifying you. If the court is involving in your disqualification, direct disqualification, flat how many years? 10 years. And NCLT के case में, क्योंकि court और NCLT में main common thing is what? The both are disqualifying you because you were involved in fraud. So let me give you a simple example. My firm was involved in Satyam scam. Just on paper, example में. So my firm is involved in Satyam scam. Happened in 2008. Sent to the jail for 9 years. When we will be re-qualified again? 2008 to 9 years of jail. When will be coming out of jail? 2070. After completing how many years? Am I qualified? Or still 1 year gap? So from 2018 onwards, my firm will be re-qualified again with a ban of how many years? 10 years. Did you get the point? Now in 2008 Satyam scam, my firm was jailed for 12 years. When will come out of the jail? 2020. So are we re-qualified already since 2018 or not? Why? Arey, 10 years of ban hai na? But we are still in what? We will not tell our clients to come to the jail to get this audit report signed, na? Is it correct or not? So either 10 years or service of imprisonment, whichever is later. What is the answer? 10 years or service of imprisonment, whichever is what? Later. This is the answer for 10th disqualification. And 11th disqualification is nothing but one of your sections, section number 144. Anybody can tell me what is 144? Allowed services or prohibited services? List them please. What? And please tell me why they are prohibited. Are you prohibited from supplying these services at all, or when you're working as a statutory auditor? Not at all. You can supply these services to other companies where you are not working as a statutory. But in this company where you are already working as a statutory auditor, then 144 services you can't apply. What are the 144 services? This is the list. What is the list? Please read out the list. Internal audit, cost audit, actuarial sciences, investment banking, investment advisory, management consultancy, agency functions, bookkeeping system, accounting system, financial information system, portfolio management, and what? Underwriting agreement. These are the 12 prohibited services under section what? 144, which you are not allowed when you are already working as a which auditor? Statute. In the same company. So you cannot say that, okay, sir, let me provide you management consultancy along with statutory audit. Both things cannot go. You can't be external as well as what? Internal. You can't be external as well as what? Cost. You can't be into investment banking when you're working as a statutory. Okay, I left. Can I now provide these services? I left as a statutory auditor. Now can I or can't? I can. That brings a conclusion to your section number what? 141. Did you all understand? Total how many disqualifications? 11. Please name them. We'll proceed. Body corporate or a company except LLP. You, your partner should not be officer and employee. You, your partner should not be in employment in partnership with officer and employee. Fourth, you, your partner, your relative should not be indebted for goods and services for more than 5 lakh. You, your partner, your relative should not be indebted for guarantees and security to or on behalf of the client for more than 1 year. Next one, you, your partner, your relative should not be holding any security of any value, especially in case of you and your partner. Immediate disqualification. But relatives may hold, yes, up to 1 lakh of face value. Beyond that, you are disqualified, but not disqualified immediately afterward 60 days. And relatives के definition you know. 7 disqualifications. You are not allowed to breach your which limit? Ceiling limit, which is 20 company audit per financial year per practicing CA. Other than you, who can sign? Any partner or practicing partner? Any practicing person or practicing partner? If in your firm there is a practicing CA who is an employee, can he sign? He can sign all or he can't sign all? You can sign all. Your other partners are busy. Can you sign all audit reports? And what is the ceiling limit or tax? What 4 are not included? Small dormant and private limited company who paid up share capital is less than 100 crores and who have not defaulted in 92 and 137. What is included? Public, section, joint, private with paid up share capital of greater than equals to 100 crores and guarantee company having share capital and government. So these 10 things you keep it in mind. Your relative should not be director or what? KMP. Can your relative be employee? Can your relative be director and KMP in other group companies? But in the main company, disqualified. You, your partner, your relative should not be establishing which relationship? Business relation, which is B2B or B2C. Otherwise, you will be disqualified. What is the 10th one? You, your partner and your firm is involved in an offense of fraud and you are convicted for jail. And then court can make you disqualified for flat how many years? 10 years. But what if your imprisonment is more than 10 years? The 10 years or service of imprisonment, whichever is lower. And please tell me one thing. Your 10 years of disqualification starts from the date of conviction or after serving your conviction? When you were sent to the jail, your 10 years have started? Or after coming out of the jail, then 10 years will start? You were sent to the jail, then from then that day onwards only 10 years have already started. So that brings an end to your section number 141. What is the next one? 142. What is the name of the section? Remuneration. देखो, simple सी बात है. Please tell me who appoints the first auditor of the government company? First auditor of the non-government? Board. And subsequent auditor of government. In these 3 cases, C&AG will determine your remuneration and board of directors will determine your remuneration. In all the remaining cases, shareholders. Because all the auditors after the first auditors are always appointed in what? AGM. And AGM is a meeting of whom? Shareholder. So 99.99% who determines? What are the 3 exceptional cases? First auditor of the which company? Government company. Subsequent auditor of the government company and first auditor of the non. In both the cases, who will appoint? C&AG, and they will only determine, and in this case, who will determine? Board. Did you get the point? In all remaining cases, always what? Members. Second thing, your remuneration includes what? Your remuneration includes auditor's remuneration and plus any expenses incidental to. And auditor's remuneration are of 2 types. What are the 2 types? audit fees and advisory fees. Why? What is the difference between the both? You are not allowed advisory services. 144 में prohibition है. Mike, चलो मैं तुमसे क्वेश्चन पूछता हूँ. Can I file or can I help my client in tax audit? Can I be the tax auditor of the same company where I am already working as a statutory auditor? So tax audit आ गई, statutory audit fees. Company audit आ गई, statutory audit fees. My question is, what do you mean by this fees? Advisory. When you already know that 144 prohibits you. So what kind of advisory you can give other than 144? Can I help my client in ROC matters? Yes. Can I help my client in GST matters? Yes. That is called which fees? Advisory. And audit plus advisory put together is known as what? Auditor's remuneration. How the client has to show it as per the schedule 3? He will show it as auditor's remuneration, but under two separate headings. What are the two headings? How much he has paid you as an, and how much he has paid you as an? That is obligation on the client, not on me. So say for example, I am getting 25 lakhs from one client, out of which 15 lakhs is my statutory audit fees, 10 lakhs is my advisory. So he will show 25 only, but bifurcated into two parts. What are the two parts? How much he paid me as an auditor and how much he paid me as an advisor. Did you get the point? And I also have to maintain a which register? Client register, where I have to maintain from ABC how much I collected as an auditor and how much I collected as an advisor. Same thing you also have to maintain. This is where all written in section number what? 142. What is the name of the section? I told you hardly it will take 2 minutes. So 3 points you have to remember. Who determines your remuneration? Members, except 3 situations. First auditor, subsequent auditor of government company के केस में who? C&AJ, and first auditor of non-government केस में board of director. Next point. What your remuneration includes 2 fees, audit fees and advisory plus expenditures incidental to. Suppose if I'm a statutory auditor going to Vizag to do the audit of one factory of my client, that boarding, lodging, traveling, all expenditures are known as what? This. What is this word? Any expenditures incidental to. And what is the implication on the company to show your remuneration? Under 2 separate headings. How much they are giving you as an auditor and how much they are giving you as an advisor. So now the major core section has come. What is the section number? 143. So in this section, there are total 18 subsections. How many? 18. But you have to corely concentrate on these 4. What are these 4 you are able to find? 143 subsection 1, 143 subsection 3, star marks. Why? Because the amendment has come. 143 subsection 11 is Caro. Now the major section will start, and 143 subsection 12. Are you getting the point? Now please tell me, what are these sections? If you remember, if you have an idea. What is the 143 subsection 1? That is called duty to. अच्छा मेरे को ये बताओ, is it duty to inquire or duty to inquire? Actually, it is duty to inquire. But what is the difference between inquire, inquire? Section में क्या लिखा हो? What is written in the section? Is I or is E? Somewhere I, somewhere E. Let me tell you one thing, both are different words. Enquiry and inquiry, both are different words. Inquiry is you are asking. Inquiry is when you are not getting a perfect reply, then you have a suspicion over the transaction. That is called what? Inquiry. Inquiry comes first, changes into what? Inquiry. So it is not your duty to inquire. It is your duty to inquire. Under that 6 duties comes. What are the 6 duties? Case number 1. Acha, please tell me, when your client audit is going on and if you see that your client has given some loans, what do you expect from your client if he has given some loans? The 2 things you will expect is they should be properly what? Secured, and terms and conditions should be regular. What does that mean? Can you please give me the answer for that? बैठ जाओ sir. क्या हो गया? अच्छा बैठ के थक गए. Bums are not helping you out. Huh? Okay. Same here, sir. But unfortunately, we have to sit. We have to get 60 plus or not? Yes. तो थोड़ा बहुत तो कॉम्प्रोमाइज करना पड़ेगा. Tell them to be relaxed. Okay. Okay. Please tell me, what do you mean by properly secured and terms and conditions should be regular? See, we go to a bank when we take a loan. What the bank asks in return? Same thing we expect from our client. Whenever he is giving a loan, he should take a proper security. Second thing, let me give you a very simple example. What do you mean by terms and conditions should be regular? I have a idle 1 crore rupees as a company. I have two options. One person, she's coming to me for a loan and she is ready to pay me 8%. In the bank, FD is available at the rate of 12%. Where should I land my idle money? Giving the loan at the 8% or putting in an FD at the rate of 12%? As an idle company, what will be your decision? 12%, because I am earning more than here. But company give the loan at the rate of what? 8% instead of putting in the FD at the rate of what? Are the terms and conditions regular or irregular? Irregular. This is what auditor checks. Now read the point number 1 and please tell me what the auditor is checking. Whether loans and advances granted are properly secured and terms and conditions are regular. Point number 1 you understood? In case they are not giving me the evidence on the same, then it will, from inquiry, it will turn into enquiry. So this is not your duty to inquire. This is your duty to inquire. Next point, please read. What is the second one? Purchase and sales are not mere which entries? Please tell me which is the hardest month to verify. March. The most of the bogus sales and purchase you will always see in the month of what? March. Bogus means what? Fake sales. What is the idea? How you can come to know whether they are real or bogus? How you will come to know? Trend. Okay, fair enough. Analytical procedure 520 you can apply. What else? सर सिंपल सी बात है, जीएसटी रिटर्न से क्रॉस वेरीफाई कर लो और एटलीस्ट चेक आउट देयर व्हाट इन्वेंट्री लेवल. Inventory level also should go up and down with the sale and purchase. Now, what happens to your go down inventory when you do purchases? It should increase or decrease. And when you do sales, but nothing is happening, it is still same, but you are showing the sales at the rate of 400 crores in the month of what? March. So is it the main sales or bogus sales? So what is my second duty to inquire? Purchase and sale shall not be which entries? Mere book entries. What is my third? Personal expenditure shall not be debited to what? P&L account. You all know that is a very simple casual rule. You should only allow which expenditures? Official. Personal should be allowed or should not be? Should not. That is my third duty to inquire. But what is this fourth one? Being a non-investment company, the investment was sold below its what? Cost. Can anybody make me understand why you have a problem as an auditor if the company is selling its investment below its cost? देखो सर बहुत सिंपल सी बात है. Let's हाँ जी loss. हाँ तो what difference it makes to you? You are getting your remuneration. Towards whom? Misappropriation of funds. Highly intellectual thought process. चलो लेट्स कम. इतना अपने को दूर नहीं जाना है, बहुत सिंपल सा आइडिया है. इट्स अ वेरी सिंपल थिंग. आई थिंक यू नो दिस कंपनी मोतीलाल ओसवाल एंड यू नो दिस कंपनी ऑल्सो रिलायंस इंडस्ट्रीज लिमिटेड. सिंपल एग्जांपल है, सिंपल आंसर देना. इन 2008 बोथ हैव इन्वेस्टेड इन टाटा स्टील 100 crore each, 100 crore each. 2021 में रिसेशन है इसका. They both sold it at 60 crores and 60 crore because during the recession 40% valuation has gone down. What is the total loss to both the companies? My question is, out of these two, which one is an investment company, which one is a non-investment company? For them, is it ordinary loss or exceptional loss? But for the Reliance, exceptional. I have a problem with Reliance, not with what? Motilal Oswal. For the companies like Motilal Oswal, which were investment company, for them making the losses and having the profits is a very general thing. But for the companies like what? Reliance, it is not natural, it is abnormal. So as an auditor, you should have this point in consideration when you are doing the audit of Reliance. When you are doing the audit of Motilal Oswal, having this 40 crores of loss does not make any difference to you because that is their operational loss. Which loss? Operation. But here it is what? Exceptional. Here you are answerable to whom? Users of financial statement. Why you have sold my investment below its what? Cost. But here you are not answerable. This is what the reason behind it is written. Being a which company? It means we are talking about which company? Reliance. Okay, as an auditor of Reliance, you should be worried if they have sold their investment below their what? Cost. Tell me the 4 duties to inquire. Loans and advances granted should be secured and terms and conditions should be regular. Second, purchase and sale shall not be mere book entries. Third, personal expenditure shall not be debited to P&L. Being a non-investment company, investment shall not be sold below its cost. Point number 5, ensure that paid up share capital is received. Please tell me, what do you mean by PUSC? Don't tell me the full form, I know. What does that mean? PUSC means what? Paid up share capital means what? You have received the capital. Am I correct? So when I did the bank plus cash ka reconciliation, I got only 180 crores ka balance, whereas they are showing 200 crores. It means what is the gap coming? 20 crores. They are showing 200 crores in the books, in the balance sheet, but actually they received only what? 180. It means either 20 crores you have issued the shares for consideration other than cash, or you have done some trouble in this 20 crores. I need to inquire. That is why it is duty to inquire. So I went to the management. Knocked the door, and I asked them, what is the reason this 20 crores of this difference is coming? They said that 10 crores we paid promoters contribution. Which contribution? Instead of paying in cash, we gave them FOC shares free of cost. Now tell me, my 10 crore rupees of gap is fulfilled? 180 plus 10 makes it to 190. But still there is a gap of what? Then I asked them, what is this? They said that we paid underwriting commission worth rupees what? 10 crores in the form of what? Shares. So 10 plus 10 total what? 20. Now please tell me, out of 200, how much you issued for cash and other than cash? 180 for cash, 20 is for? I got my answer. Reconciled, it's good. But what if they were not able to give me the answer for 20 crores? Will I go further? Will I do my FAPS? What is FAPS? Further audit procedure. Simple. Did you get the point? Now, what is the sixth point? Sixth point is loans and advances shall not be categorized as what? Deposit. What is the problem you have? Chalo, let me give you one practical example. This is the balance sheet. Just look at this balance sheet. Extract only. On the liability side, are you able to see loan to XYZ Limited at the rate of 20 crores and deposits what? 1 crore. I, as a company, changed my balance sheet from this to this. Do you have any problem? I have just shifted the balances. 20 crores I made 1 crore, 1 crore I made 20 crore. Balance sheet is still matching. No change in figures. Only change in heads. The loans I turned into deposits and deposits I turned into loans. What is the problem you have when you're looking at these two balance sheets? This is my original and that is what my fabricated balance sheet. Loss of interest. Correct. Because deposit is a non-income generating asset. Which one? Deposit. Whereas the loan is a what? Income. Let's imagine at the rate of 10% I'm getting the interest here. What is the interest amount I'm getting? 2 crores. But I'm converting 20 crores into what? 1 crore. At the rate of 10%, how much I'm showing only? 10 lakhs. How much I'm hiding? 1.9 crores. Am I doing evasion of taxes? This is nothing but as per SA 240, it is window dressing. Is it window dressing or not? Am I manipulating my figures? Where is this 1.9 crore has come? It has gone into your personal profiteering. Where it has gone? Personal profiteering. Did you get the point? So these are my 6 duties to what? N or inquire. If I will not get the SAAE on these 6 areas, then I will change my inquiry into what? Enquiry. Is it clear? Tell me the 6 again. 143, 1 is over. Loans and advances should be properly secured. Terms and conditions should be regular. Purchase and sale shall not be mere book entry. Personal expenditure shall not be debited to P&L. Then being a non-investment company, you are not allowed to sell your investment below your cost. And loans and advances shall not be categorized as deposits, and paid up share capital must have been received either in cash or a consideration other than cash. And now let's proceed with your 143 subsection 3. Acha, how many of you know the elements of our audit report? If I have to ask you, how audit report looks like, starts with what? 700 में हम लोग पढ़ते हैं ना, title, addressee, opinion, basis, EMP, CAM, and then OMP. Am I correct? Then MRP, management responsibility para, and what do you say, auditor's responsibility para. उसके बाद एक और para आता है OLRR, other legal and regulatory requirement. That is where section number 143 subsection 3 comes. OLRR of your 700 series का essay plus 143 subsection 3 both are same. Are you getting the point? So either you can learn it as OLRR, other legal and regulatory requirements para, or you can learn it as section number 143 subsection 3. Total A to J 10 clauses are there in this section. How many? 10. J clause mein amendment has come that will reach in the next 5 minutes. First wind up first A to I. Right or not? And you have to remember these are not bullet points A, B, C, D. These are clauses. Are you getting it? And you have to remember that in sequence. I will make you understand in sequence. Clause number A. Don't look at the book. Look at me. Clause number A says that whether auditor received information and explanation or not. What is clause number A? So what is clause number A? About what? Information and explanation. Clause number B में auditor is saying whether books of accounts are prepared genuinely as per 128 or not. What is the clause number 2? Books of accounts. So what is A? Information and explanation. What is B? Books of accounts as per section number. Clause number C में auditor is saying did I receive branch audit reports or not? Did I receive? So tell me A, B, C. Information and books of accounts, branch audit report. Clause number D में auditor is saying कि financial statement should be in agreement with what? Books of account. What is prepared from what? Financial statements are prepared from books of account. So what should be in agreement with what? Financial statement should be in agreement with what? Fair enough. Clause number E में auditor is saying financial statements should be prepared as per accounting standards. Financial statement should have been prepared as per A, B, C, D, E. A. Info and explanation. B. Books of accounts. C. Branch audit report. D. Financial statement in agreement with books of account. And E again, financial statement should be prepared as per accounting standard. Clause number F. What is the F? Ki some of the directors have been disqualified under section 164 subsection 2. You know that in the corporate law under the directors topic, 164 is a very bombastic kind of section where two types of disqualifications are there, general and special. Can you please tell me two special? Company failed to file annual returns and financial statements for continuously 3 years. And you were a director, you are disqualified to be a director in any company for the next what? 5 years. Or company has failed to do repay deposits, debentures and interest on that for continuously 1 year. Those two disqualifications we have to check in the clause number F. Now read this point. Clause number F, please. Sorry, clause number G. What is clause number G? Read this point. Whether any director is under section 164, we are not interested in 164 subsection 1 general disqualification of calls in insolvent, unsound. We are not talking about that. Special disqualifications we are talking about. Now, clause number F, if the auditor has given any adverse remarks. Auditor has given any which remarks? Adverse. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Tell me. A, information. Second, books of account. Third, branch audit reports. Fourth, financial statement in agreement with books of account. E, 6 adverse remarks. What is F? Adverse. G, director's disqualification under section 164. Which one? General one or special one? Special one. Now, again, jo E, F, G, H, H is again on adverse remarks. But now we are not giving adverse remarks on functioning of the company. We are giving, if any, adverse remarks on BOA. What is BOA? Books of account. Now tell me A to G. G to A. Sorry, H to A. Adverse remarks on books of accounts. Director disqualification. Adverse remarks on functioning. Then, as per accounting standard, in agreement with books of accounts. Then branch audit reports. And then books of accounts. And then what? Information and explanation. Now I stands for IFCS. I stands for what? IFCS. Internal financial control systems are placed or not. But if you are doing the audit of OPC, if you are doing the audit of small, and if you are doing the audit of that company whose turnover is less than 50 crores and borrowings are less than what? 25 crores, this clause is non-reportable. So tell me, I am the auditor of OPC. Clause I to be reported or not to be reported? Small, no need. Company with turnover of 45 crores and borrowings of 24 crores. Both should be less than 50 and less than what? 25. Are you getting the point or not? In that case, I clause is required or not required? Tell me, A to I now. Info explanation. Arey, sir, Karo, night 3 o'clock also if someone will shake you up na, and you will be able to tell what is clause 1 to 21. All. Like that will do it in sequence. Are you getting the point or not? Because I have to make you perfect in professional ethics ke all 34 clauses. 1 to 34 including parts, including schedules. Karo 1 to 21 clauses including part, including schedules. Everywhere, see in the final, you are expected to know this. You are expected to code this. That is where the difference between 60 and 40 marks comes. In final, the problem is never between the right and wrong answer. In the final examination, the fight is between good and better answer. Always remember. You will be writing the right answer. She'll be also writing the right answer. You are quoting, she's not quoting the clause or section, then you will get 4 out of 6. She may get 1.5 out of 6. But you both will be, when you will be discussing, you will not be realizing you are discussing the content. But ICA is not looking at the content. ICA is looking at these statutory things, sections, clauses, in sequence or not. So never write the answer as per your expectations. Write the answer as per ICA's expectations. What ICA is looking for. And final ke baad now nobody is going to teach you ever in your life. You all know that. So after that what? This is the last stage when you have to consume everything. Are you getting the point? Dekho, it's been 10 years. I'm teaching the same subject over a period of time. I did not get bored. Obviously, this is my bread and butter. But for you, you have to understand one fact that future may, when you actually set up your practice or you become a servicing employee somewhere, but you will definitely have a use of these things what we are doing, especially in auditing. So auditing, gone were the days when the people used to say auditing is something required for those people who are going to come in practice. No, that is a half truth. It is equally applicable for those who are in service as well. What if you will be thrown in the audit department of the company then? Us time what you will say? Sorry, boss, I left this chapter in choice. Huh? Sorry, I can't know. I don't know how to form an audit report. So jaldi se batao. I clause, IFCS. I stands for IFCS. What was clause number D? अब मेरे को मालूम है ऊपर से स्टार्ट हो रहा है तुम्हारा ना. हाँ. What was the financial statement should be in agreement with books of account. What was F? Adverse remarks on functioning. What was G? Director's disqualification. What was H? Adverse remarks on books of accounts. What was A? Information. What was B? What was C? And what is I? Up to this, everything is over. Now, J clause is the most important clause. That's why we kept at the end. In the J clause, there are 6 sub clauses. How many? 6. So, understand one thing. You know all this thing about contingent liabilities. Which liabilities? Contingent liabilities may turn into actual liabilities or not. So, is it necessary that company should show the impact of its contingent liabilities on its financial statement? Required or not required? What do you mean by T and F? We use the word true and fair. A fair presentation of the financial statement as per our AFRF says that every company must show the impact of its word pending litigations on its word financial statement. Auditor is reporting on that point whether company has shown it or not. Point number 2. What do you mean by derivative contracts? Present contracts or future contracts? Future is certain or uncertain? Every company has to start making a word adequate provision. The auditor is reporting whether adequate provision for the derivative contracts have been made or not. And please tell me what is section number 125 IEPF? Investors, education and protect. Can you please tell me for how many years you keep your money in unpaid dividend account? After 7 years, once the 7 years are over, in the next 30 days, you have to transfer this funds to what? IPF. But if the company does not transfer it within how many days? That is called delay by the company on transferring the funds toward IPL. Batao 3 provisions. Showing the impact of which litigations? Pending litigation on financial statement. B point. provisions for the derivative contract. C point, any delay in the transferring the funds to IPay. It means unpaid dividend account is closed, 7 years are over. Up to this point, there was no amendment. Amendment came in this part. Now see, please tell me whether the company can lend the money to somebody. Yes. Can company borrow from somebody? Yes. Listen, whenever the company lends the money and whenever the company borrows the money, it is the financial statement schedule 3 requirement that you have to mention the name of those parties who are your borrowers and your lenders in the notes to accounts. Where you have to mention notes to account. I went to my client. Suppose she is my client. I went to her and I said that, Madam, did you finance, did you loan, did you assist, and did you advance? What are the 4 words? Finance, loan, assist, and advance in some company other than which you have already mentioned in notes to accounts. I'm not talking about notes to accounts parties. I'm talking about those parties other than what? Notes to account. She said no. मैंने कहा मैडम पक्का? She said no. मैंने कहा give me MRL. Give me what? WRL. 580. What is WRL? Return. I asked her 2 times. She said, yes, I have not given loan to anybody. मैंने कहा sure ना? She said sure. मैंने कहा give me WRL. Did I get an evidence? Yes. Now, second question. Did you take any loan from anybody else other than those parties which are already mentioned in notes? She said no. मैंने कहा give me WRL on the same as well. So tell me what was first and what was second? Did you give anybody or did you take from somebody? What? Loan, loan. Are you getting the point? Other than those parties which are already mentioned in, and in both the cases I took what? WRL and WRL. Now, did I get the 2 evidence or not? Do I have a reason to doubt now or there is no reason to doubt? That is what third point. Now read this point, everyone. I want you to read this. Read the point. That auditor has received what? Representation that management has not loaned, not invested, not advanced any funds to any person, entity or foreign entity from its borrowed SP account and other sources other than those parties which are already specified in notes 1. And what is this word written? Auditor has received a, matlab I have already got what? WRL on the same. What is the second thing? Auditor received a representation that management has not received any funds from any other person, entity, foreign entity other than parties which are already specified in notes to account. And what is the C point? Auditor declares that he has no reason to doubt on A and B. Why I don't have any reason to doubt? Because on A also I have a what? WRL. On B also I have a what? There's no question of doubt now. Am I correct? Now, this was amendment number 1. Amendment number 2. Whenever you declare the dividend and pay the dividend, always you have to comply with section number 123. That is the new amendment has been added. It means from this financial year onwards, when you will see the audit reports of the company, these 3 points you will find extra in OLRR paragraph in the audit report. Actual only up to C point was coming in the OLRR, delay in transferring the funds to what? IPL. These 3 has been recently added. That's why from this financial year audit, when you will do the audits of the companies, in the OL paragraph, you will find the new format of adding of 3 points. And what is the fourth amendment is that from 1/4/2023 onwards, from coming financial year onwards, every company who is maintaining their books of accounts electronically using the accounting software must have a feature of which trial? Auditor. And this feature will be logged. And it can only be unlocked by auditor of the company. Who can unlock this feature? Auditor. And every software, either you update your software with the audit trial feature or you change your accounting software which is having a which feature? Auditor. And this will be applicable from 1/4. Actually, it was made applicable from 1/4/2022, but Ministry of Corporate Affairs in the last July month has given the declaration that now it will be made applicable from 1/4/2023. So these are the some new amendments came into section number 143, subsection 3. Tell me the 3 amendments. That's it. I took representation from whom? Management. Whether you given to somebody or taken from somebody. parties other than those mentioned in, and did I take WRL? And do I have a reason to doubt now? No. Is it now looking simpler? If you'll see ICAI ka language and if you'll see any author's language, you'll find it, out of the box, over the counter. Second thing, what I am saying that I have declared and paid the dividend as per section number 123. You know the dividend is to be declared and paid within how many days? 30 days from the date of declaration in the AGM. Am I correct? And last but not the least, if you are using accounting software, your accounting software must have a feature of what? Audit trial. अब ये बताओ audit trial होता क्या है? What do you mean by audit trial? What do you understand by the term called audit trial? Audit trial means what? Right from the starting to ending, each and everything you will be able to see. Basically auditing through the computer. Which the computer? Auditing through the computer. This is one of the tool which the software should have so that auditor can find the audit trial feature. Is it clear to all of you? So what are the two sections in 143 we are done with? 143 subsection 1, 143 subsection 3. Up, please tell me, should I start 12 first or 11 first? 11 is Caro and 12 is reporting of fraud. 12 first, क्योंकि Caro needs your good concentration and good amount of time. तो एक काम करेंगे, Caro will start after the lunch only. Before that, let us complete the various pending sections and all. ठीक है? Let's start with 143 subsection 12. बहुत simple section है. What is the name of the section? अच्छा, 143 section itself is duty section. What do we call it as? Duty. What is 143.1? Duty to inquire. What is 143.3? Duty to report on certain matters. What is 143.12? And 143.11 is duty to report under Caro requirements. As simple as that. Like that, 15 subsections are there. How many? 15. That I will tell you at the later stage, but right now you should concentrate on 12. Acha, what is duty to report a fraud? Acha, please tell me what is the difference here? Are we expected to be bloodhound or we are watchdogs? ये तो बहुत पॉपुलर लाइन है. When you enter into intermediate now auditing and insurance में, the faculty keeps on stressing on telling you auditor is not a word, bloodhound, auditors is only a word. But anybody knows the meaning of this? What does that say? So that we understood in intermediate. What are you asking, sir? 3 years back. Try to. What do you mean by bloodhound and what do you mean by watchdog? Matlab, we are not expected to detect the frauds and error. We are here to report the frauds and error which will come across on our way of doing the audit. Read. See, it's a very simple thing. You are doing an audit, you saw a fraud. That is one thing. You are doing an audit, you are detecting the fraud, soiling the fraud. That is another thing. What we are not into? Detecting. We are only into reporting. Are you getting the point? If I have noticed something, I'll report. But if I haven't, you cannot call me a person guilty of professional misconduct. You cannot blame me. Ki Rohit, why you did not detect? Detection, prevention, correction was, is and will be the primary responsibility of whom? Management. तो इसीलिए तो बोला गया कि auditor is only a watchdog. He is not a word. Bloodhound. Bloodhound is actually a species of a dog which can sniff, which has the world's best sniffing powers. They can detect anything across 100 kilometers. Are you getting it? That much of sniffing power they are into. So that's why they are saying the auditor is not a bloodhound who will smell the frauds and errors. He will just notice and report it if it will come on his way. Why I am stressing on that? Because this sentence is going to make you understand that. Read the point number 1. If you are an auditor while doing an audit, what is this word? Comes across. Is it written detected or comes across? What you came across? Fraud, omission, material misstatement. Your duty is to report it to whom? Central government. Within how many days? 60 days. Problem number 1. People started asking which auditor is covered under here. So they said that 3 are covered. Who are the 3? Statutory auditor, secretarial auditor, cost audit. मतलब तीनों auditors को cover कर लिया. PCA, PCS and PCM. And you came across while doing an audit. Your duty is to report it within what? 60 days. And if you fail within 60 days, there's a penalty. On whom? Auditor. Now the second problem was, who is central government? Central government means you have to report it to this person. Who is this? Secretary of Ministry of Corporate Affairs. Third problem came. Sir, fraud is 1,000 rupees also. Fraud is 1,000 crores also.
Is there any line of bifurcation? They said two things. If the fraud amount is what? Less than 1 crore, your duty is not to report it to central government. Report it to audit committee, and if audit committee is not there, to the whom? Within how many days? Your duty is over. No need to report it to whom? Central government. If the fraud amount is less than what? 1 crore. But if the fraud amount is greater than equals to? Repeat the same thing. Report it to audit committee and board of directors within what? Wait for 45 days for the reply. Who has to wait? Auditor. Let them justify you why this fraud has happened and how it has occurred. Wait for 45 days. After 45 days, two things will happen. Either reply will come or the reply will not come. If the reply will come, attach the reply with your report and send it to Secretary MC. If reply will not come, send only the report. But make sure that your report must be prepared in the next what? अब बताओ 45 plus 15 total 60. This is what is 60 days. Did you get the point? So 60 days क्यों दिए गए? 45 days for wait and 15 days to what? Reply. Are you getting to form your report? Now the question is, who is making this report? Auditor. Obviously, whose letterhead? Auditor's letterhead. Sent to whom? Secretary MCA via what? Post. Now what is a post nature? Either registered post with what? Acknowledgement due. If that service is not available in your postal office department, then go for speed post. But if you are sending speed post, make sure you are accompanying it with what? Email confirmation. Send them the email also. As and when you receive my report to the secretary, please send me the email back that you have received it. Or sir, what is the meaning of registered post with acknowledgement due? You have to attach one card to it. On the card, you will write your address. Once the secretary will receive it, she will sign or he will sign on that card. Card will come back to your office address. That is a proof of delivery that your report has reached to the right hands. Am I correct? On whose letterhead, everyone? My letterhead should contain my 6 information. Name, address, contact number, email, membership number and COP detail. In format of which form? अब बताओ 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Intimation to ROC within 15 days of AGM. 2. 2 is central government prior approval before removing an auditor. 3 is what? Resignation. 4 is what? Reporting ka format. Now, in case auditor fails to report it as per within 60 days, then the new penalty has come. What is the penalty? In case it was a fraud in which company? So you will be charged with a penalty of what? 5 lakhs. And if it is other cases, you will be charged with a penalty of. Anybody in the class can tell me what was the previous penalty? It was 1 lakhs to 25 lakhs. 1 lakh to how many lakhs? Irrespective of the nature of the company. But now they have made company specific. If it is a listed company fraud, you will be directly charged with a penalty of 5 lakhs. If you fail to report it within 60 days, else you will be penalized with what? 1 lakh rupees. Is it clear enough? So please tell me what was 143 subsection 12. How it started? You are a auditor. You are doing an audit. You detected or come across what? Fraud, error or any kind of omission, material misstatement. You have to report it to whom? Within 60 days. Who are covered? Secretarial auditor, statutory auditor, cost auditor. To whom we are reporting? Secretary of Ministry of Corporate Affairs. What we are reporting? If the fraud amount is less than 1 crore, greater than equals to 1 crore. If it is less than 1 crore, what I am reporting? To audit committee or board of director within 2 days. Do I have to further report anybody? No. If it is amounting to more than 1 crore or equals to 1 crore, same procedure but wait for 45 days. Let them give a reply. If no reply or reply, you have to attach it or need not attach it. Prepare your report in the next what? 15 days. On whose letterhead? Auditor's head. To be sent to whom? Secretary MC. Via 2 options. Registered post with acknowledgement due. Speed post with email confirmation. In the format of ADT 4. Failure of which will draw a penalty on me, which is in case of listed company 5 lakh rupees and in case of others 1 lakh rupees. That brings an end to your 143 section except 143 subsection 11. 144 we have already done. What are the services? Prohibited service. 145 is 1 minute chiller section. ये पूरा कारो है. This one will do later. Each and everything. And now let me tell you 100 and acha, let me show you the other duties also. What are the other sections of the duties? 143 1 क्या था? अब मैं तुम्हें याद करवाता हूँ. 143 1 क्या था? Duty to inquire. What is 143.2? Duty to express an opinion. So one is inquire, second is express an opinion. What was 3? Certain matter. What is 4? 4 is this. Okay. Duty to give reasons in case of which report? Modified report. Now tell me, when the people are more interested in knowing the reasons, in positive or negative? So you have a duty to give reasons in case of which report? And you can tell me, what do you mean by modified report? 705. Qualified adverse disclaimer. So you have to give what? Reasons. That is your duty. Tell me 1, 2, 3, 4. Inquire, express certain matters, give the reasons in case of modify. 5, 6, 7 to follow the directions of C and AG. What is 5, 6 and 7? To follow the directions of C and AG. So 5, 6, 7. 8 is saying what? Duty to verify the accounts of what? Branches. Duty to verify the accounts of branches. 9 and 10. Duty to follow essays. What is essays? Standards on auditing. 11. Caro. 12. Reporting of fraud. 13, 14, 15 are also connected with what? 12 only. 13 covers secretarial auditor and cost auditor. Just now I told you. 14 says that how much is the fraud amount you have to report. 15 says your penalty. So 12, 13, 14, 15 comes under what? 12 only. So please tell me 1 to 15. 1. Duty to inquire. 2. Express an opinion. 3. Certain matters. 4. Reasons for the modified report. 5, 6, 7. Follow the directions of CNAG and CG in case of which audit? Government audit. Then only they can interfere. 8. Verify the accounts of branch. 9 and 10. Follow standards on auditing. And what is 11? Caro. 12. Reporting of fraud. 12, 13, 14, 15 are connected with fraud only. This is what 143 section is all about. Am I correct? Now we are left with 145 and 146. What is 145? You already know. Actually, again, this word is wrong. I intentionally write the wrong so that you can correct it. It is actually not right. It is your what? And please tell me, what do you mean by duty to sign an audit report? Other than you, who can sign? Partner or PP? Practitioner. That is 145, which you have already discussed in sealing. So when I was discussing this part in sealing, actually we were discussing 145 at that point of time. So duty to sign a which report? Audit report. And what is 146? This is 146. Read this point. Please tell me, you know board meetings and AGMs and EGMs. What is the difference between board meeting and general meetings? General meetings are shareholders. Board meetings are boards. Where you are not allowed to go. Board. So neither you have a right to receive the notice of board meeting, nor you have a right to attend, nor you have a right to participate. Other than that, you have a right to receive the notices of what? All meetings except what? Board meeting. Did you understand the point number 1? What is the point number 2? Attend the meetings. It is his duty to attend all the meetings, especially what? AGM, except what? My question is, getting the notice is your right. Getting the notice of the meeting is your, attending the meeting is your duty. Why? Meri mercy. Do I want to attend the meeting? I don't want to attend the meeting by my call. Can I take this call? No. It is your right or is it your obligation? You can't skip the AGM. Because who will make the users understand why you have given a negative report? Am I correct? It's a very simple thing. What do you mean by modified report? Positive or negative? So you gave a modified report. One of the shareholders, suppose she stood up and she said that, I want to know what is this reason written. Who is the best person to explain to that user at that point of time? Is it the board or auditor? That is your duty to attend the meeting. You can't skip AGM. Because AGM, what are the 4 major ordinary businesses we do? If you remember, appointment, reappointment and removal of whom? Auditors and directors and approval of financial statement and declaration of what? Dividend. So you can't skip that meeting because all the 4 parts are connected with you. Did you get the point? So receiving the notice is your duty, right? Attending the meeting is your duty, except what? Board meetings. What is the third point written? Participating in the meeting. Now you attended the AGM. Can you speak in AGM? Answer is no. Unless any audit related work is being discussed. What is related work? Until unless it is not connected to your area, you have to keep your mouth shut. As simple as that. Tell me the 3 points in 146. Receiving the notice is your right. Attending the meeting is your duty. And participating in the meeting is your duty only when audit related work is business. So 138 to section number 146 are over. Please tell me the numbers. 120, 138 talks about 139 appointment, rotation, casual vacancy. 140 RR, removal and resignation. 141 EQD. What is EQD? Eligibility, qualification, disqualification. 142 remuneration. 143 duties. 144 prohibition. 145 duty to sign an audit report. 146 duty to attend and receive the notices. And last one now 147, which is known as what? Penal section. It penalizes both. What are the two people you can see on the left side? Company, and on the right side what? Auditor. Company, if the company violates 139 to 146, if the company has violated 139 to 146, 147 penalizes you. Simple to remember. If you are violating what to what? One section is missing. 138. Actually, that is not a part of penalty section. 138 is all about what? Internal audit. So we are only talking about statutory audit. So statutory audit में 139 to 146 if the company violates, so 147 penalizes. What is the penalty on the company, please? Minimum fine of 25,000, maximum fine of 5 lakhs. And not only that, company is an artificial person. Actually, who is running? Officers in default. They'll be penalized with minimum what? 10,000, maximum 1 lakh. Imprisonment point was there, that has been eliminated. Now they are no longer going to get what? Imprisoned. Only fine is the implication. Tell me the company fine. 25,000 to 5 lakhs. OID ka fine. Again repeat, company. 25,000 to 5 lakhs. OID. When they violate 139 to 146. But in this 139 to 146, if we'll take 139, 143, 144 and 145, these are audit related, auditor duty responsibility related sections. So now when the auditor is violated, not in 139 to 146, chosen sections. What are the chosen one? 139, 143, 144, 145. Penalty is same. Minimum fine 25,000, like a company. Minimum fine. Maximum how much? Now listen. Maximum is 5 lakhs or 4 times the remuneration received, whichever is lower. What is maximum? 5 lakhs, which is same like company, or what is added? 4 times of your auditor's remuneration received, whichever is lower. So my question is, my remuneration was 1,25,000 and I violated 144. What is the penalty under 147 to me? Minimum 25,000. Maximum kitna? 5 lakhs will be compared with 4. Acha, 1,40,000. 1,40,000 into 4. कितना होता है यार 14 into 4 42 हाँ 5,60,000 or 5 lakhs whichever is lower. तो my fine is now minimum 25,000 to maximum. Indirectly उतना ही है, but this has been added. So minimum is always 25, maximum is 5 lakhs, will be compared with 4 times the remuneration received, whichever is lower. And if auditor has knowingly what? Cheated or deceived. अच्छा मेरे को ये बताओ, what is the difference between fraud and cheating? పెద్ద చిన్న. పెద్ద fraud 447. పెద్ద fraud, చిన్న fraud 147. Simple. So chinna means cheating, pedda means fraud. You did a cheating with whom? Company or shareholder or income tax department or what? Creditor. And you did it what? Knowingly. Then again, minimum fine is 50,000. What is minimum? Now maximum 25 lakhs or 8 times the remuneration received, whichever is lower. Did you get the point? अब बताओ. What was violation of 139, 143, 144, 145 में penalty? Minimum 25,000 or 5 lakhs or 4 times the remuneration received, whichever is lower. That is on the maximum side. What is here? Minimum 50,000, maximum 25 lakhs or 8 times the remuneration received, whichever is lower. If you have done knowingly a cheating with any of these 4 people. Am I correct? 147. अब बताओ 138 to 147 मजा आया करके. What is 138? Internal. 139. Appointment, casual vacancy, rotation. 140. Resignation, removal. 141. Eligibility, qualification, disqualification. 142. Remuneration. 143. Duties. 144. Prohibited. 145. Duty to sign the audit report. 146. Duty and to attend the meeting and duty to, right to receive the notice. 147. Penal. And what is 148? Cost audit. Chiller section. Easy section. Now listen. What is cost audit? First of all, you tell me, then I will tell you. Who does it? First of all, practicing CMA, not CMA. Who does it? Practicing. And only he can do. Nobody else. Are you getting the point? It is written under 148 ki only PCMA. Who can do? Only. Acha, how? Why it is not a statutory audit? This is a question so many times have been asked, but so many students write the wrong answer. Is cost audit covered under section number 148? Yes. But it is not called a statutory audit. Sir, चिपक जाओगे उसके साथ. You will get hanged with it. Not working? It's not working. नहीं, too much or very less? Too much, ऊपर कर दो. Or shut it down if you have a plug over there. सर वो AC बंद कर दो ना. अच्छा, that's why you are uncomfortable. अरे come this side. Very much comfortable. Okay. Who? He was in my regular batch. Since then only he is uncomfortable. Hello. Please. Okay, shall we start? Okay, 148 talks about which audit? Cost audit. Why it is not a statutory audit? Because it is not a yearly audit like a statutory audit. In some years it may happen. In some year, but what about the statutory audit? Some year or every year it happens. Cost audit, some years may happen, some years may not, because it is turnover based audit. It's a which audit? If your turnover is this much, audit will happen. If your turnover is not that much, audit will not happen, and that will be seen every year. So that is not a yearly audit. That is not a periodical audit. That is not statutory audit. Now, question number 2. Is it a part of statutory audit or it is separate from statutory audit? So let's imagine Vizag steel plant is into manufacturing, right? Its turnover is as per 148. So cost audit is compulsory plus statutory audit, both are compulsory. But where do we do the statutory audit on and where do we do the cost audit on? Statutory audit is done on financial statements. Which statements? Cost audit is done on cost records. It is done on what? Cost records. Financial audit is all about your truthness and fairness of presentation and preparation of financial statement as per AFRF. Cost audit is not that. Cost audit का major objective क्या होता है? Cost optimization, cost reduction, reduction of wastages, losses. So cost audit is completely a different zone. Statutory audit is completely a different zone. That's why they can never be called together. It is in addition to statutory audit. Did you understand the point number 2? Now, point number 3. Sir, on which industries it is applicable? Read the industry. Manufacturing, mining, processing, production, extraction, assembling. In all these industries, it is applicable. Sir, when it is why these industries only? Because common thing in these industries, they use both of them. Raw material and labor. Wherever the raw material is used, wherever the labor is used, cost audit will come. Always remember. Let it be your manufacturing company, mining, processing, production, extraction or what? Assembly. Plus, you have to start maintaining the which records? Cost records if your turnover is greater than equals to 35 crores. As a manufacturing company, if my turnover is greater than equals to 35 crores, audit is not compulsory. Start maintaining the cost records is compulsory. Sir, where it is written? It is written under rule number 3 of CRA rules, Cost Records and Audit Rules 2014. There are total actually 6 rules we have. How many rules we have? Out of which 3 and 4 is only in your portion. 3 says that you have to start maintaining the cost records when turnover is greater than equals to. 4 says that your audit is compulsory when. That I will tell you in coming 5 minutes. Please tell me. Did you understand cost audit? Point number 1. Who does it? Only. Use the word only. Secretarial audit is given in section number 204. Only practicing CS can do. Cost audit is given in 148. Only practicing CMA can do. And statutory audit is given in 139. Only practicing CA can do. Did you get the point? But nowadays cost auditors can also do. But please tell me one thing very clearly. Cost audit is applicable in which industries? Why? They make a use of raw material and labor. Do they have to start maintaining the cost records right from their incorporation? Or when their turnover breaches? How much? Where it is written? Rule number 3 of CRA rules 2014. Now, next point. Sir, they have to start maintaining the cost records when? When their turnover crosses and equals to 35 crores. Now, when the audit is compulsory, that is written in rule number 4. Little bit complicated, but I think you will be able to manage. India mein, there are total 39 industries are there. How many industries? 39. Central government has bifurcated into list A, list B. List A mein 6 and list B mein 33. How many? 6, 33. Total 39. What are regulated sector? That is called list A. What is unregulated sector? That is called list B. It means regulated sector means those 6 sectors on which central government has the power to define their prices. And what are those sectors? The sector is sugar, pharma, petroleum, fertilizer, drugs, and electricity. These are the 6 sectors on which who has the control? Central government. That is called regulated sector, list A. List B is what? Airlines, cotton, rubber, tea, coffee manufacturing. That comes under what? Unregulated. Now, if you are from a regulated sector, if you are from a which sector? And if your total yearly turnover is greater than equals to what? 50 crores. Greater than equals to 50 crores. And means what? Second condition. Turnover from such goods and services for which cost records are required, that should also be greater than equals to what? 25 crores. Sometimes student fails to understand the relevance of this point. Listen, let me show you. Suppose Vizag steel plant ka 2021 ka total turnover is how much? And it is list A category. Is the condition number 1 satisfied? How much we need total turnover? How much we need total turnover? Greater than equals to 50. Is 200 greater than equals to 50? Yes. But this 200 turnover is coming from manufacturing how many items? 10 items. Out of 10 items, 8 items are those items for which no cost records are required. And 2 items are those items for which cost records are required. These 8 are contributing 160 out of 200 and these 2 are contributing what? 40. Please tell me, is Vizag covered under the cost audit? See, overall turnover should be greater than equals to what? Is 200 greater than equals to 50 crores? Condition number 1 is satisfied. But this 200 crore turnover is coming from manufacturing how many items? 10. Out of 10, 8 are those items for which no cost records are there and 2 are those items for which cost records are there. We have to ignore no cost records wala item. How many are cost records items? How much they are contributing in 200? 40. And this is where this condition comes. Please tell me, read the condition now. Turnover from such goods and services for which cost records are required to be maintained shall also be greater than equals to what? So please tell me how much is your answer. Now, total is this. This is the bifurcation of total. 160 from 8, 40 from 2. What are those two? Cost records are required. Are they contributing also 25 crores or more? Audit is compulsory. What if next year it is 180 and 20 now? Next year. Total is 200, but 8 are contributing 180 and 2 are contributing 20 now. Ab batao, audit is required or not required? That is the reason it is not a statutory audit. It is not a regular audit. It is not a yearly audit. 1 year it may take place, another year it may not, another year it may not, another year it may not. Suddenly it may come. Because it is based upon what? Turnover. And which two turnovers we have to see? Overall plus cost records related turnover. Which turnover? Cost record. So whenever you will see the question, you have to see that overall ठीक है. That always will match. Main thing is whether this is matching or not. Acha, let me give you one example. I am ABC Manufacturing Limited Company. My overall turnover is 65 crores. And I'm manufacturing 3 items. Out of 3, 2 are CRA records and 1 is non-CRA record. Am I correct? These 2 which are CRA are contributing 24 crores and remaining are contributing 41. Cost audit required or not required? But do I have to start maintaining cost records? Because my overall turnover is greater than equals to 35. So cost records ka limit is different. Cost audit ka limit is different. And this what I told you is for which sector? Regulated sector list A. And the same thing happens to unregulated sector. 50 will be substituted with what? 100 and 25 will be substituted with. Ab batao, in this case, Vizag Steel Plant, case 1, case 2, they are list B category now. Total is 200. Please tell me, case 1 mein audit is compulsory and case 2 mein compulsory or nowhere it is compulsory. What is the case 1? 200 is total overall. 200 ka bifurcation, 60 is from 160 is from 8 items for which no cost records, 2 items cost records. Tell me. Audit required or not required? Required. Overall is also more than 100 and CRA is also more than 35. What is the second one? Overall is 200, but CRA1 is what? Less than what? 35. So now cost audit is required where and where not? Required in case 1, not required in case 2. Please tell me it is a list A category now. Answer will remain same. Required in case 1, क्योंकि case 1 में now 50 plus 25. And here also 50 plus 25. But how much is here? But will your answer change if I'll make it 170 and I'll make it this one as 30? And list A. Fine. But list B? Not fine. अब समझ में आया? This is how you check the cost audit का limit on a manufacturing company. अर्थమైందా? 100%. Okay. Now, next point. But sir, there is one which list? Exemption list. Sir, I am satisfying everything, but I am operating from which zone? Not required. Sir, I am satisfying everything, but I am 100% what? EOU. What is EOU? Am I bringing foreign currency to my country? My country has given me what? Exemption. I am helping the government. I am now, when the 100% EOU were got exemption, they started crying. Who? Other export companies. So they said, don't cry. For you also, we have something. If your turnover is more than what? 75%. In the which currency? You are also what? Exempted. So 100% exempted, more than 75% exempted. If you are operating from SEZ, then also you are what? Exempted. If you are an SME, what is SME? Exempted. Tathastu. Right? And last one, having your own power plant. And not only you are producing the power, you are using such power for your which consumption? Then also you are what? Exempted. Tell me the 5 exemptions. SAs, 100%, more than 75, SME, having your own power plant and using such power for your cap. Then also you are exempted under section 148, irrespective what is your turnover limit. Am I correct? Either you are list A or list B, regulated or unregulated. Now, question is, who can do only? Practicing it. In case is not available, then we can give it to whom? But generally, who is only allowed? Practicing CMA. What are the things he can't do? Tell me the 9 disqualification of internal auditor. The first 4. He can't be a tax auditor. He can't be a when internal can't be the cost auditor can't be a which auditor? Internal. And cost auditor can't be a which auditor? Statutory. Can't be a which auditor? And can't be a what? GST auditor. But this is nothing but abolished. Is it clear? Now, who appoints the cost auditor? Who appoints the statutory auditor? Please tell me. Members in the AGM? I'm talking about subsequent. Members in the AGM. He's always appointed by? Within? From the? Have you seen somewhere else also? Unless you will not learn how to reconnect the subjects from one provision to another, the things will not get permanent. Where you saw this 180 days wala point? Subsequent auditor of a, but there who appoints? CADG. Here who appoints? Board. Now 180 days from the commencement of financial year we appointed to complete the audit within 180 days from the end of the word financial year. Please tell me which financial year is going on right now. 22, 23. When I should have been appointed by you within 180 days from the commencement of this financial year. Please tell me 6 months. 30th September 22, I have been appointed. But audit starts when the accounting ends. When the accounting ends, 31st month, I have to complete it within 180. So appointment 180 days from the beginning of financial year and to complete the audit within 180 days from the end of the financial. Are you getting the point? Now we appointed a cost auditor. When we appointed internal statutory, did we inform to ROC? Here we'll inform to CG. So board of directors will inform to the central government in form number what? CRA2 within 30 days. If we have appointed a which auditor? Cost auditor. Sir, my cost auditor died, resigned, or got what? Removed. Do we fill up casual vacancy? Again, we have to inform it to the same central government. Inform. Exactly. Please pause it. Very difficult to come back. You can understand from the someone who has suffered through it. I'm telling you, it's very difficult to come back in this stage. Because you are at your earlies now. Hardly your age group might be 20, 21, 22, 23. That is the maximum. Huh? Acha, am I saying too less? Are 22, 23? Kuncham extra. Okay, 22 to 30. That bracket is fine, right? But don't take that much of risk. Money will come and you will get qualified, not now in the next attempt, but this health things and all that doesn't come back. Seriously, I'm telling you, take it on a very serious note. It's not good that you are getting these kind of things. See, there's no point of, compromising your health and all just to sit in the class and all those things. Better stay at home, not comfortable, go. I was not comfortable before coming here because I came to know that Guntur is too heavy to stay on. And I'm again coming back in the month of May again to have my regular batch. So I'm thinking right now only, what if my Atma will meet with Paramatma on the second time I can't afford. But anyways, I'm habitual of coming to Guntur now, taken already the 2-3 batches here. It will be fine. But anyways, shall we continue now? Last 5 minutes. उसके बाद break लेते हैं. चलो. Unpause it. Done, huh? Okay. Now, see, where we were. मैं भूल गया कहाँ पे कर रहे थे अपन. Now, cost auditor has to be appointed within how many days? 180 days from the beginning of the financial year. To complete the audit within 180 days from the end of the financial year. Who will intimate to central government? Board in form number CRA2. The 4 form numbers, like you have understood the ADT 1, 2, 3, 4. You have to understand CRA 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll tell you. CRA 1 is cost records. What is CRA 1? Cost record. CRA 2 is an intimation to the central government when we appoint the which auditor? Cost auditor. Now, within 180 days, once your cost audit is over, what you are going to do? You will prepare a cost audit report. Which audit report? Form number is CRA 3. And you will send this cost audit report not to central government, to the board of directors. And if you have kept any reserved remarks, you have given any modification, board has to first give the comments on that, and comments plus report within the next 30 days will be sent to whom? Central government in form number CRA 4. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4 CRA forms. ADT 1, 2, 3, 4. Tell me ADT 1, 2, 3, 4. Appointment to be intimated to ROC. 2. Prior permission of central government before removal. 3 reasons of resignation, and 4 was reporting of fraud. What is CRA1? Cost records. When your turnover is greater than equals to 35 crore. What is CRA2? Intimation to central government. What is CRA3? Cost audit report. And what is CRA4? That we are intimating, we are forwarding this report plus board's comment to whom? Central government. Within how many days? 30 days. So this is what do you mean by cost audit CRA 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. जल्दी से quick revision करेंगे. What is the section we have done? 148. Talks about cost audit. Is it statutory? Is it in addition to statutory? Yes. Is it periodical every year or not every year? Which industries are covered under here? Manufacturing, mining, and other industries where we make a use of raw material and labor. Please tell me when the cost records are compulsory. 35 crores or more. And when the cost audit is compulsory for regulated sector of 6 industries under list A. When the overall turnover in the year is 50 crores or more and cost records turnover is greater than equals to 25 crores. And when in the list B, overall should be 100 crores or more and cost records based turnover should be 35 crores or more. Who can do the cost audit? Only practicing CMA. Who appoints you? Board within 180 days from the commencement of financial year to complete the audit within 180 days from the end of the financial year to be intimated to central government. Form number CRA 2. What if the cost auditor resigns or dies or removed? Again, casual vacancy will be filled up by board of directors again to be intimated to central government within 30 days in form number CRA 2. Once the audit is over, who will send audit report to whom? Cost auditor will send the audit report to the board of directors. Board of directors will pass their comments on any reservation or modification if the cost auditor has kept. That board report plus board comments plus cost audit report will be forwarded to whom? Central government within 30 days. Am I correct or not? And one small amendment is there. In case your AGM is extended by ROC. In case you're extended by whom? ROC. You know na ROC can give you 3 months extension. In case of what? AGM. Whatever the extension ROC has given in case of your AGM, ये जो CRA 4 का 30 days है, will be added with that extended time period. Let me give you one example. Suppose your AGM was supposed to be on 30th September 2023. What is the date? And you did not do it. You went to the ROC. ROC gave you 1 month extension. Say for example 30 days ka extension. Now CRA 4 we generally find will central government within how many days? 30 days. Now you can take 60 days to file CRA 4. Whatever the extension you get in what? AGM. For non-holding of AGM, whatever the extension you get, that extended time period you have to add it in CRA for 30 days. So say for example, ROC has given me 62 days ka extension. So my CRA 4 time will become 92. Because 30 is already there, plus 62 is what? Extended time period. Is it clear to all of you? So this is what the small amendment came in the CRA 4. That's it. Nothing more than. Actually, it is not a recent amendment. It's a very old amendment. Almost in 2019. So that brings an end to your section number what? 177 will not do here. 177 will do it in audit committee and corporate governance chapter with amendments, right? So please tell me what are the sections we did 138 to 148 except one section which we are going to do. Actually, it's a chapter itself that is called CARO 2020 under section 143 subsection 11. Rest everything of your company audit is over. Okay? After this, when we'll meet, we'll do audit this CARO after the break, and then we will do 700 series. And after that, immediately there are 2 sections I have to tell you. One is 123 to 127 relating to dividend chapter that I will quickly wrap up in half an hour, and the section number 134, 132 relating to your NFRA and board report, and 135 CSR. These 3 sections. So our company audit ka part 20-25 marks ka portion will be over, including CARO, including your 700 series. Tomorrow we are going to keep it very crisp. That is called NOCLAR, professional ethics, because that will take up our before lunch wala time pe. After lunch wala time pe, we will take care of peer review and quality review with the new chapter. Completely, I think that many amendments are there. You can simply call it as a new chapter. So peer review and professional ethics relating amendments we are going to cover in the tomorrow. And small company का definition after the break I'll tell you. That is the change. Simple. You know that 2 crores and 20 crores have become 4 crores and 40 crores. That is the only difference. But how it is connected with Karo, that we'll try to understand. And day after tomorrow, like that, 4 days ka 80 to 90, 90, 99, 95% of the portion I will try to cover. And whatever will the patchwork left, that we'll do on the last 2 to 3 hours extra if we required. Because this is how our 4 days plan. And I'm not going to leave anything. सारे standards करेंगे. In between 2-3 standards कर लिया. Again we will move into the chapter. तो integrated way में I will make sure that total 100% of the preparation in your marathon way it will be carried out. Right? Thank you so much for lending your patient ears. I'll borrow it again after the break. Okay? See you guys at 3 o'clock. 3 to 8:30 including half an hour break in between. Or it's your call. 15 minute to break or exactly half an hour you need. Right? Thank you so much. See you guys in at 3 o'clock. 3. I'll see you at 3. No problem. Sir, stop it now.